We're gonna go right there. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Check 1, 2. Let's get it.
Blueprint for the culture. Let's get it. Yeah, we building legacies, brick by brick, stacking equity, breaking mental chains. Now we redefining destiny. Knowledge in the books, but the streets hold the recipe. Pass down the wealth, generational supremacy. Ownership, the mission, no more waiting for the handout. Economics popping, turn the dream into a standout. By the block back, plant seeds where the fam sprout. Teach the kids the game, let the cycle pan out. Loyalty and love, gotta guard it like a stronghold. Invest in education, now we worth more than gold. They can't stop the rise when the vision's this bold. Black print in effect, watch the blueprint unfold. Black print, we rise, we build, we grow. Planting seeds today for the world to know.
Come on up in here, we about to get started.
Legacy showed, it's the black blueprint, watch the kingdom glow. Start with discipline, teach them how to monetize. Circle full of builders, all the faith we ostracize. Ownership of land, no more rent, we colonize. Time to take it back, see the world through sovereignize. Barbershop convos, wisdom in the dialogue. Blueprint to wealth, ain't no luck or the leprechaun. Unity the cheat code, linked up like a hexagon. Every move calculated, sharper than the Pentagon. Buy the stock slow, flip it when the
I got this new mic, y'all, so if y'all hear me a bit crispy and cleaner, TikTok shot. TikTok shot.
Faith in the grind,
Let's get it.
looking deep.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Coming up in here, hit that like button. Hit that like button. If my mic go out, y'all let me know. Let me know if my mic go out. Let me know if my mic go out. We in here though, we live. We about to talk about it. We are about to talk about it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are about to talk about it.
To build a type of life where the whole squad free.
We are about to talk about it. Let's get in here. Come in here, get some lights up. Let's talk about it.
See the pride in our stride, building for the future while our ancestors.
Come on up in here. Let's go. Alright, let me send out some invites real quick, y'all. We about to get started. Alright.
Watch the kingdom glow.
Alright, let's get to it. What's going down? What's going down? What is going down? What's up, everybody? What's going down? Come on up in here, man. Get them likes up, man. Don't be no hater. Show love to black content creators. Show love. Hopefully y'all can hear me crispy and clear. Let me know in the chat if y'all can hear me or not. You know, I got this new mic I'm working with straight from the TikTok shop. We just trying it out right now, making sure we good. Look like it's on. Look like it's working. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can't hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, please. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I just need to know if y'all can hear me real quick. Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. If you can't hear me, just let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I need to know. Y'all might be able to hear me a little bit good, man. Did y'all see what your boy Trump did today? We got to talk about this, man. Puppet leadership versus real leader. Puppet leader versus real leader. We got to talk about it. This is what happens, man. You know, I had a dude. So I put a video out. You know, getting my America on. America now. America now. I'll get my America on. You know, this is what we do in America. We get our America on. And some of y'all need to get some of that America up in you, because that's what we do. You know, we the most hated and the most loved at the same time. Everybody hates the arrogance of America. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all hate it when we stand on business. Y'all hate it when we're straightforward and direct. We don't try to use this cordial or this little whatever cordiality process that everybody else has. We just hit y'all right here. We go straight between the eyes, no balls out, no ducking, no dodging, just straight up. That's what and that's what we voted for. You gotta understand. Y'all could hate Trump, y'all could love Trump, but You got what you voted for. You voted for a man that's going to tell you what's on his mind. You voted for a man that's going to make decisions like a leader. And he's not going to ask for permission. He's just going to tell you what it is. He said, you either take the deal or we're out. How many of y'all thought we was on a reality show like Apprentice? I thought we was back at the Apprentice, man. I thought Zelensky was trying out and he was about to tell Zelensky, you're fired. He pretty much fired him. Let's keep it a buck. He pretty much told Zelensky, you're fired. Let's keep that 100. Okay? Listen, if you ain't playing ball, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm reading the comments. Listen. I was on Twitter reading some of the comments on Twitter, and we got some straight up batches. I don't even know what else to call it. We got some weak individuals putting the cape on for your boy Zelensky. Putting the cape on. Oh, I was so ashamed of our president. Ooh. That's just weak. You don't like strength. You can't have it both ways. You either want a weak leader or you want a strong leader. You want a puppet leader or you want a true leader. Which one do you want? You can't have them. You can't have it both ways. You can't make them weak when you want them to be weak and strong when you listen. Once you come strong, you don't come weak. You bring it 24/7. Strength, 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 and more strength. That's what's gonna make America great. Listen, man, I love it, man. I'm loving America right now. I'm loving this this first 30 days of presidency of Trump right now. It's exciting. It's newsworthy. We've never heard a president talk like Trump. We've never heard. Listen, we've seen people, we've seen actors, we've seen great actors playing a part, playing the tough guy role, because that's what Zelensky did. Y'all know Zelensky's an actor. He's not a president. That nigga's an actor. He's an actor. He's an actor playing a role. All of them in. Listen, this is what's going on. Europe. Did I say it right? Europe has been taken over. All their leaders are puppets. And they try to instill one over here. They've been instilled some. We've had some puppet. Let's keep it a buck. We've been having puppet leadership also. That's what's been going on. All of Europe is on cold because they're all puppets also. Macron, all of them are puppets. Zelensky, puppets. But when the game is over, when the puppet meets the real thing, it's a totally different dance. It's a totally different dance going on. I'm just letting y'all know it's a totally different dance. Your boy Trump crushed the feelings, crushed the hopes, crushed the dreams, took all the air out of the balloon of Zelensky. He tried to come in there and do what he do, his propaganda. Have you been to Ukraine? Come see. We don't need to see nothing. Y'all people are being unalived in the streets. You cannot stand up against Putin on your own. You can't keep what you unalive. So you need help. If you want this help, we got to get something in return. And we want them raw materials. Otherwise, if you think Europe, I'm gonna just keep saying like that. Europe, if you think Europe is doing a good job, go holler at them. Why are you hollering at people way on the other side of the ocean that ain't got? This ain't our beef. Let's just keep it a buck. It ain't our beef. It ain't our beef, homie. It ain't our beef, homie. It really ain't. It ain't our beef. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't got no business over there. Listen, it's disheartening. We don't want to see, people's children, sons having to go to WAR. We don't want to see that. And having to be unalived and BOMB'd and all this stuff. We don't want to see that. We don't want to hear about it. We don't want to see it. And we feel bad for anybody that got to do that, because WAR is never a good thing. It never ends well. Somebody is going to be unalived. We know that for sure. Thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people have already been unalived. How many more do you want, Zelensky? You had a deal right in front of you. You had a deal, and you kept asking for more and more reassurance. Hold on, man. I'm about to, just in case y'all didn't hear, I'm about to play the video. I'm about to play the video right now. I'm about to play a little snippet. I'll say this. I'm not going to play the whole video. I'm going to play a little snippet of the ordeal. Okay? We're going to play a little snippet of the ordeal. Because this brother, Trump, is a gangster, man. Trump been hanging around the mafia too long, I think, brother. This brother just told him, listen, man, if you don't play ball, if you don't play ball, hold on, let me rewind it. If you don't play ball, we are out. I think that's what every American wanted to hear right there. If not every American, most American, real Americans, we fired up. America, NAFL, America, we fired up. Are you not fired up by seeing that your president stand on business and tell international interests, no, we're not sending no more money. $350 billion, that's too much. That's America taxpayer money. Listen, I'm a foundational Black American. That money could have went in my pocket. That's my reparation money. That's how I look at it. Y'all took my reparation money. I don't like that. I don't like these. I love how Trump is going through Doge and finding all that money because they kept lying to us. Oh, there's no money for reparations, so we just got to give you some more symbolism. Take this symbol. Look, we gave you Obama. We gave you affirmative action, DI, and Obama. What more do you Black people want? What? Those were affirmative action, nothing burger. DI, nothing burger. Obama, the biggest nothing burger of them all. Shoot, he's not even well, I'm not going to say it like that. I would say it like this. He's not a foundational Black American anyway. He's Kenyan American. That's what he is. He's freaking related to Dick Cheney. God. What type of nothing, and did nothing for the people that built this country. More Black people were unalived under Obama than just too many. I'll just say it like that. Too many. Let's keep it above. Too many. Too many. Too many. Can y'all hear me, or did my mic go out? Okay, my mic went out. My fault. So we gotta do it like this, y'all. My mic went out. Hopefully y'all can hear me now. My mic went out. We're gonna charge all this stuff up. I'm using this, it sounded good for a little while, but then it went out on me. So we gotta charge it up. I told y'all to let me know if the mic was working or not. But it is what it is. We gonna get these things charged up and ready to go. Let me know. Put a one in the chat if I can hear me. Were you still able to hear me on the mic? Okay. Can y'all hear me now though? Can y'all hear me now though? That's what I want to know. I'm gonna charge these things up. Okay, and get them charged up. Thank you, appreciate it. I'm gonna charge these things up and get them going. But y'all see what I'm working with. Y'all see what I'm working with here. We got this little mic off the TikTok shop. It seemed like it's doing its thing. I just got it, so I didn't really have a chance to really charge it up like I want to. So I'm gonna charge it up now, and we're gonna keep it going. But listen, man. Listen. America, this is our time. This is our time. And we couldn't ask for a... Listen, let me say it like this. Trump is not perfect. But he's not Biden. He's not Obama. He's not the other presidents that came before him. Trump is his own man, and you got to respect it. And shout out to J.D. Vance, man, for coming in and saying, hey, man, how I felt the disrespect. I felt like this dude was talking way too much during the meeting, man. Like, why are you discussing stuff that y'all about to have a dinner and discuss in front of the media? What did you think was going to happen, Zelensky? What did you think was going to happen? What's up, Keenan? What did you think was going to happen, Zelensky? What did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? You thought you could disrespect Trump and disrespect the Oval Office like that? You thought you can just come up in here and just try to spill your propaganda? And did you think you was going to walk away with more tax dollars? Did you think we was going to give you another $1 billion to withstand Russia? Did you think that this boogeyman argument that what's happening over there is going to reach us over here? Did you think that was going to go well? Well, guess what? You probably had a dream when you woke up, but you just experienced the nightmare. You just saw Trump come and crush those dreams. That's what happens when you're an actor listening to whoever got their hand up your butt. Because when you're a puppet leader, what are you gonna do? See, it's easy when a puppet leader is up against another puppet leader, because both of them is getting their orders from the same person. Both of y'all getting your orders from the same person, so it's really more like a stage, like a play. It's like a dance being played. But when you come up against the real thing, what you thought in your head what was going to happen, and then what happened in actuality is two different things. See, it's like an amateur versus a pro. Zelensky, he's an amateur at best. And you went up against a master negotiator, and he told you either going to play ball or we are out. And that was the best thing I've ever heard. We're out. The best thing I ever heard Trump say, we are out. I love it when somebody when somebody stand on business and don't budge and don't back down. I love that. I love that, y'all. Get the likes up. Trump stands with Putin. If you say so, you either a tether, you either moist, or I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why you would say that or why you would think that, man. You must be clueless. Yeah, that's the word. You're clueless. You must not be informed. You must have been watching too much CNN, right? Too much MSNBC. See, I can tell that that's what y'all do. Y'all don't think for yourself, right? You watch the news and get your stuff from the news, and whatever the news say, you believe. See, if you really believe Trump is a bad person, I feel sorry for you. I feel so. Some of y'all keep thinking that Trump is this boogeyman and he's gonna be a dictator. And y'all was saying Trump was gonna cancel Black History Month. Man, Black History Month didn't seem like he canceled anything. Seemed like he gave props to the people who built this country. See, Trump is the only one I heard say on national TV, blacks built this country. Some people don't know about it, but it's true. That's what Trump said. Trump is building statues to our heroes, to American heroes. Trump is recognizing the black contribution in America. What other president has done that? What other president has done that? And I know it's still symbolism. We're going to get our tangibles. We're going to stand on business and get our tangibles. We coming for that. But let's keep it a buck. His symbolism versus the past symbolism, man, y'all don't know what y'all doing. Yeah, man, listen, first 30 days of presidency has been amazing. I've been on the edge of my seat. Watching this thing like, wow, this is really going on. Now, y'all can say Trump and Putin teamed up or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Y'all can act like the country's going on a downward spiral when it's not. Y'all can pretend all you want. Y'all can cry and complain, right? But we got a real leader in office right now. Let me see. Hold on. We got Kim. Let me make sure this message is available so people can see this. I don't know why it's blocking this. I can't. Where my mods at? So people can see this. I don't know why it's blocking this. I can't. Where my mods at? I need my mods to wake up. I know it's late. I'm doing the late night tap in real quick. Okay, I can see your comment though, Kim. So the Dems are scared because Trump is not playing. Yeah, they should be scared. You saw your girl Maxine Waters. We just want to know. We don't know what Trump got on us yet. We just want to know what Trump got on us. Oops. Did she say that out loud? What Trump got on us? Man, listen. I guarantee Trump got all the tea. All the tea by now. I guarantee that he done already got got all the information he needed. That's why he sent Doge after y'all. That's why he's going through all the books and finding all this money. Pretty soon, America's gonna get a fat 5K check. Pretty soon. I know that's gonna make everybody happy. That's not gonna solve the problem, but that's a good faith. Find extra money, return it back to the people. That's a good starting point. That's a good starting point to a relationship. A good faith gesture like that. We'll accept that. We'll accept that all day long. All day long. But what we won't accept is any more puppet leaders. Any more people out here cosplaying. Any more actors. Agent provocateurs. Shields. Your time is up. Your time is up. See, when you got someone running the country that actually loves the country, it's a whole different country. It's a whole different country. And I'm so proud. I'm so proud. Proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free. I got somebody standing up fighting for freedom of speech. Fighting for freedom of speech. Pointing the finger back at Europe. Pointing the finger back at Europe. Like, hey, we're going to fight for Americans. They're allowed to speak their mind. So if you're censoring American speech in Europe, shame on you. And truth be told, man, America, we don't really rock with Europe like that. Let's keep it above. Just like Europe don't really rock with us like that, we don't really rock with y'all. Y'all think we're arrogant, right? Y'all think we too proud because we get our when we get our America on, we get our America on big. Okay? And I get it. I get it. We're the big dog. We're the newest big dog, the newest superpower. And y'all don't like that. Old money versus new money. Y'all don't like that. And guess what? When you a youngster, when you a YN, you do things a little different, right? Old heads ain't gonna understand all the time what the YNs is doing. YNs just a little bit turned. America's just a little bit more turned than the rest of the world, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, Trump is not gonna let nobody hurt Americans. No, it's not gonna happen, man. Listen, man, we got the right president in at the right time. Now, I'm not putting my whole cape on for Trump. You know, I'm watching. I'm watching and I'm judging him by his actions and his words. What he's saying and what he can back up. That's what I'm looking at. And so far, so good. I mean, there's a couple things I could bring up. Erasing the police database. I don't know if I like that, but I gotta look into that more. You know, I wanna look in before I be too critical of that. I want to look into that more and see why that is something that he did. You know, South African Boers coming over here as refugees. I'm not cool about that, but it don't affect me. What I care about some, you know, refugees coming over here from South Africa. You know what I care. It doesn't bother me now. As long as they know that those Negroes aren't these Negroes, and don't come over here with that apartheid nonsense over here, because we gonna get our, foundational Black Americans. We known for standing on business, and you come over here wagging that finger and talking mess to one of us, we gonna touch your jaw. So, again, none of that stuff affects us. And you know what else I'm happy about? I'm happy that all of the heat is off of foundational Black Americans, and nobody's looking at us. People keep trying to bring us up into their stuff, but it's not really about us. It's about y'all. It's about DEI. It's about getting the illegal immigrants up out of here. And DEI, you know what DEI stands for? Deport every illegal. That's what it stands for. So it's about deporting every illegal and getting them up out of here and bringing people in the right way. You know what else I like about Trump? I like the $5 million gold card. I'm a fan of that. Oh, yes, I am. Bring in more people that with wealth and status into this country that are going to pour into our economy, give us more jobs, bring the brightest, the real brightest and the best of the best, and listen, and get some of that national debt down. If Trump sell 100,000 of those cards, I think we made like trillions of dollars. So I'm with that. And it's all going to knock down the debt. Can we get in some surplus? Get in surplus. Get us in surplus. And then now it's time to do the right thing. It's time to make atonement. It's time for all Americans to come together. And you know how all Americans are going to come in? Let me tell you something, YT folks. Let me tell you something about the folks. About y'all. Let me tell y'all something about YT. Okay? Listen. We don't care how you feel. I'm sorry, we just don't. We don't care how you feel. A debt is owed, and we want our money. The moment you cut the check, the moment you do the right thing, America will be whole again. America will be whole, and you're going to see us dancing in the street together as one, as we should be. We should not be a nation divided. We should be a nation on code. We don't got to get along, but we can get on code, right? Leave Black Americans alone and let us build, and we're going to leave y'all alone and let y'all build. That's just the way it is. Black American, YT Americans, we don't have to be kumbaya to exist, but we got to respect each other. So give us our money, and then y'all, you will never have to hear about racism or nothing else again. Trump, get us into surplus, get them tariffs coming in, and then cut the freaking check, and let's all just be happy. Let's all build something in America that we can be proud of. Let's all come together and do our thing. That's all it is. That's really what it's all about. That's really what it's all about. But I'm so happy, man. I mean, when I saw Trump, hold on, let me play it. Did I play it? Did I play it, y'all? Hold on, I don't think I played it. Let me let y'all hear it again. Let me let y'all hear it again. Hold on. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. This is what a true leadership sounds like, and this is what true leadership looks like. I'm not gonna play the video. I'm just gonna let y'all hear what transpired. Listen to this.
Let's watch. The deal. It doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America, and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred, and I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done.
Let's get it done.
You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way. So
come on,
that's the way it goes. One more question.
I would respond to this. So look,
For 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin.
J.D.
And then
Vance.
Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States' words mattered more than the president of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing. Can I ask?
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there, and I'm gonna come back. But y'all, did y'all hear that? What makes us a good country is not saying, "Oh, I'm gonna whip Putin and get him in shape," and then do nothing. Crimea was taken. Okay, listen. All puppet leaders do is talk big, because that's what they're there to do, to play a role. They play a role, and then they do absolutely nothing. That's a puppet leader, y'all. But real leaders, what they really don't even talk. They just do. But I like Trump because he talks the talk, and he walks the walk. Trump know he got the most powerful military behind him. You think he not gonna be a gangster out here? Trump is gangster out here. Listen, if you're a foundational black American, you gotta respect the gangster in Trump. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. Put some respect on Trump's name, y'all. He's the freaking president of the United States. And he's wielding the power in a way that's beneficial to America and Americans. Europe never liked this, so why are we pretending? Okay? Europe don't like us. Y'all know Europe don't like us. Yeah, y'all know. Y'all can't believe that. We're allies, but it's a one-sided allyship. It's called the Marshall Plan. We've been propping them up. They've been eating off our economy and not reciprocating that money. You could be, shout out to Ukraine. Now y'all got to fight your own WAR. That's what happens when you come in thinking that you talking to a puppet leader and you're in a show. See, Zelensky thought this was a movie. He thought he was in a play. He thought he was acting. He was playing the tough role. He was very prideful. He came in very arrogant and very disrespectful. Brother don't even want to wear a suit. When you go see a dignitary, you're supposed to dress the part. Zelensky, you're not supposed to walk in like you coming back from working out, jogging. I like when that reporter asked him, man, why don't you wear a suit? Why you keep disrespecting Trump? Why you act like he's not the leader of the free world? You think this is a game? Well, we gonna show you it's a game. Hold on, let me finish the tape, because here's your boy Zelensky about to crash out. Let's watch. Let's listen.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2015.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him. Me, like a new president in 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed with him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broke this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't.
Hold on, let me answer this question real quick. He said that he will, until the war ends. Brother, You're losing the war. The war's listen. You're going to meet a dignitary. Show some respect. Get all that. What does that mean? Until the war ends, I'm not going to wear a suit. What the heck does that even mean? You trying to raise money? You trying to do things for your people, and you think by not wearing a suit that's making a stand? That's called a symbolism. That's all he's doing is symbolism. It's buffoonery talk. Buffoonery talk. Oh yeah, thank you. Let me put this here real quick. Hold on, y'all. I got some food coming. Okay, cool. Yeah, some buffoonery. That's buffoonery talk, okay? When Zelensky was trying to say is that they can't trust Putin. Putin doesn't honor a ceasefire. I get it, but what choice does he have? What choice does he have, okay? You either work with Trump or you don't. Listen, you either trust the deal that Trump knows how to make the deal or you don't. But here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to give you more money for you to lose. What do we get in return from giving you money? Zero. That Zelensky symbolism has died in 31 December. Yeah, man, listen. Zelensky's not liked in America, y'all. And the people that do like him, they're just bots. They're bots. You guys are under heavy propaganda and witchcraft if y'all think Zelensky is a good guy. Witchcraft if y'all think Zelensky is a good guy. Zelensky is an actor. That's all he is, playing a part, playing a role. But when you come up against Trump, Trump ain't acting. Trump don't know how to act. He just know how to speak his mind. That's it. So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get this America or nothing at all. So let me finish it out because, man, Trump is a gangster. Let's watch it. Or let's listen to it.
What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Wow. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been
the arrogance of this guy.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning. Sure. First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
You see how the brother's trying to make threats? Oh, you have a nice ocean, but you don't feel it now, but you will feel it. Shut the boogeyman. See, when they come in with these boogeyman arguments, that shows how disingenuous they are. That shows how foolish this guy is thinking that he can talk about tactics and strategy in front of the freaking media. If you got some grievances, you don't air them out on the stage like this. You mum's the word and you go have that little luncheon that y'all was supposed to have and you air it out there. And then Trump, whatever you got to do is going to give you the reassurances you need to move forward. Yeah, you listen to Macron in the past and the other European. Those are weak leaders. Those are weak leaders. Those are puppet leaders. I'm sorry. Europe is weak right now. Y'all are so weak. Y'all leaders, I mean, you guys are the laughing stock. I thought the African leaders were weak, right? I thought parading the African leaders in around in the school bus, the African Union. Remember the African Union? How they were just putting them all in school buses and parading them around. They don't got no limos, no nothing. You know what's worse? The ones who got the limos, but don't really have the power because they're all being run by a few people. They're all puppet leaders. Europe is weak right now. That's why we're not rocking with y'all. And that's why y'all not rocking with us, because we like, man, listen, that puppet Biden that y'all was talking to, he's gone now. Now you're talking to me. And what I say goes. It's a different dance. It's a different dance. But we about to hear, hold on, Trump is about to speak right now. Hold on, let me let y'all hear what a leader sounds like. Y'all don't have to like him. Y'all don't have to like him. But this is leadership. Listen to this. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Hold on, okay, let me do that.
You don't know that.
God bless you. God bless. You will not have war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate
No
that.
position.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position.
Not in a very
You've
good
allowed
position.
yourself to
What happened? Hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second. Hold on. You know, it's... Hold on, y'all. It's, you know, things always try to happen. It's buffering.
be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a
Mr.
good position. You don't have the cards right now. With
You don't
us,
have
you
the
don't have
cards.
the cards. Right now, you don't.
We're
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're gambling
I'm
with
the
the lives
president
of
of
millions
Gambling.
of people. You're gambling with World War III.
What you're
You're
speaking
gambling
about?
with
What you're
World
speaking
War
about?
III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to
Disrespectful.
the country. This country.
I'm
That's
with
back
you.
This country.
far more than a lot of people said they should
Have
have.
you said thank you once? This
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire
today.
meeting, you said thank
Even
you.
today.
You
I
went
need
to
to thank you
Pennsylvania
today.
and campaigned for
Forget
the
about the other
opposition
time,
in
today.
October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble. No, you've done a lot of talking.
Your country's in big trouble.
Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of
We are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been
Openly
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid
thank you.
president, $350 billion.
You voted
We gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and your
voted
men
for
are
your
brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me.
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something.
Maybe less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again,
I tell you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of times
Accept
to America.
Listen. He should have came humble. He should have accepted the deal or tried to make a new deal behind closed doors. If he didn't like the first deal, if he really needed those reassurance, he should have done it behind the closed doors, and he should have dressed up for the part. Listen, when you're in trouble, you don't got no leverage. You don't got no leverage when you're in trouble. You need to be humble, you need to be soft-spoken, and you need to listen twice as much than talk. You see how many times he got nerve to cut the president off while he's speaking? You mean to tell me that you'll walk away from your house and just leave because somebody tell you to? Listen. What choice do you have? If you can't keep if you can't protect it, what choice do you have? What choice do you have? Do you want to survive, or do you want to go down with the ship? And it's your choice. And look like he wants to go down with the ship, because that's what it sounds like. He don't really want peace. He don't really want peace. He wants to keep on fighting for his country. And he has every right to do that. So go ahead and fight for your country. But guess what? We are out. It's not our problem. It's not you can't bring your problem to America's doorstep. You got all these countries in Europe. Now it's time for Europe
to rally behind Ukraine, not America. It's not our, this ain't our fight. You're playing with our tax money. Our tax money. You think you have a right to that? You must be crazy. Shout out to Dr. No Job. You must have lost your mind. You lost your mind thinking that it was our problem. Now, Trump gave you an opportunity. He gave you put a deal on the table. We said, give us some raw materials, and we'll end the war. We'll do this peace thing. Putin's going to go to his side. And now that we have an interest, we're going to protect our interest. If that's not good enough reassurance for you, if that's not common sense enough, do you know if America's over, whatever America got going on over there, we're going to defend that. If Putin comes in and messes up what America's trying to do, then that's when you know the big guns got to come out. But that's not enough assurance because of something that a French president told you. A French president told you, and you believe the French president? What? Hold on, there was a dude in my comments when I left the video that was talking a real Sambo. I don't even know if he's foundational. He left me a comment talking about you won't debate me, or you won't talk about me, call me a buffoon and all. I'm just talking in my car and I don't know what I'm talking about and blah 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 blah. But he's not here today. I gave him an invitation. I said, man, listen, homie, you lost already, dog. But come hit me up on my live. Come hit me up. I didn't even stun on him and say, man, dude had like 500 followers. And I didn't even stun on him. I didn't even say, man, get your followers up. I didn't do none of that. I just said, hey, man, come on over here. I welcome it. Come on over here and let's have the conversation. So if dude comes in, we can have the conversation. But he didn't want to come up in here because he thinks he's talking to someone who's uninformed. He thinks he's talking to someone who don't know nothing. He thinks he's talking to one of these. I don't know what he thinks because I was performative on the video. I was having fun with it. America, Neffel. America. I was getting my America on. You understand what I'm saying? So he thought because I talk like that I must be ignorant or something. No, I'm really sharp. My mind works. Okay, we real ones over here. So if he wants to have the conversation, we can have it. But obviously he don't really want to have it because he didn't show up to the live. But I'm letting y'all know that when you're in trouble, you don't got room to be proud. Listen, you can't be too proud to beg. You can't be too proud to beg. Your country and your people are being unalived, and you over here trying to act proud. That's the wrong thing to do. That's the wrong thing to do. When your country in trouble and you over here trying to act like you got leverage, you don't got no leverage. I'm sorry, you don't got no leverage. We gave you a deal. If you didn't like that deal, then you should have came with another deal. But not do it in front of the American people, not do it in public. But I'm actually glad he did that. And just like Trump said, we needed to see this. The American people needed to see the buffoonery that goes on behind closed doors. He left there with no deal made. No deal made. He left there with no deal made. You know why? Because he don't really care about his people. He cared more about his selfish pride than his own people. Yeah, it wasn't a deal that you was going to like, but what other choice do you have? You can't beat Putin. You can't beat him. And Europe is not going to help you like you think they are. They are going to let you fall. Ukraine's going to fall, y'all. Ukraine, you might as well, you already speak Russian. You already speak Russian. You might as well go on back to Russia. Listen, I get it. I get it. He wanted those raw materials. I get it. I'm gonna prove it all. He wanted those raw materials. Well, guess what? He's gonna get them. Why? Because you can't fight for yourself. Is that America's fault that you can't defend your homeland? Is that our fault because you can't defend your homeland? Is that our fault? Is that our fault? It's not our fault. It's not our fault. Listen, if you can't protect yourself, then maybe you need to get some protection. And listen, it's not the American taxpayers' fault. It's not our problem. It's not our issue. It doesn't affect us one bit whether you go back to Russia or not. We didn't sign up to help them. They're not part of NATO. They are not part of NATO. Zelensky's just trying to play the only card he has. Trump is new. Yeah. That's it. I'm sorry. Listen. We don't want to see nobody else be unalived. So all you got to do is play ball. What choice do you have? You can't defend your homeland. I know you love it. I know you, but you only got two choices. You get Europe involved to help you more. But Americans, we gonna sit this one out. I'm sorry. It's just our turn. It's our turn to rest. It's not our issue to fight. We helped y'all enough when we let all them Ukrainians come over here. We did our job. We let all these Ukrainians come over here, and what did they do? They were in Miami Beach on a yacht, doing God knows what, with rich and powerful men. Okay, we let all you Ukrainians come over here, and you know what y'all did? Y'all stole somebody's husband. Okay, y'all stole somebody's husband. Man, do y'all remember that? Y'all remember that Ukrainian woman that they let up in the house? The 22-year-old. And she stole the husband from the 40-year-old woman. And he ended up divorcing her and marrying the Ukrainian woman. That's what y'all did. Y'all came over here and got some of that freedom. Y'all came over here and got some of that freedom. I think we did our job. I think we did our job. As Americans, I think we did our job. We sent y'all javelins. We sent y'all military aid, military equipment. What more do y'all want us to do? Y'all want us to fight the war, fight the WAR for you? And what do we get in return? Disrespect? Your president walking around without wearing suits? Made some stupid pact that I'm not going to wear a suit until the war is over? He's an actor. He's an actor. He's an actor, y'all. He's a puppet leader at best. He's an actor. He's a freaking actor. And he's a dictator. You want to say who a dictator is? Zelensky. Is he fighting for his country, or is he walking around in jumpsuits, performing propaganda and witchcraft everywhere he goes? Is he fighting? I don't see him fighting. I don't see him in his homeland. He's been in every country but his homeland. Doing what? What wasn't his wife doing some shopping spree? Why is his wife even shopping while there's a WAR going on in his country? Why is his wife in Europe shopping? Buying expensive things while there's a WAR going on in this country. What is she fighting? Depression? Oh, I'm so depressed. I need to shop. just so I could feel a little better why my people are starving and fighting and... Man, please. That's not America's fault. That's not America's fault. That's not our fault. That's none of our... Listen, we didn't want to give y'all the money. They gave y'all the money without our consent. And now Trump gave y'all a deal that y'all should have took. And because y'all didn't take the deal, guess what? We are out. That's all it is to it. That's all it is to it. Hold on, let me play the rest of this video. That's all it is to it. We are out. Let's go.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look. If you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me. That wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful. Because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make. Because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What will do then?
What if the world ends tomorrow? What if coulda, shoulda, woulda?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through.
Hold on. Do y'all remember that interview with Tucker Carlson with Putin? Anybody remember that interview with Tucker Carlson and Putin? Does anybody even watch? Does anybody even really pay attention to what's going on? Do y'all remember that interview that Russia and Tucker Carlson had? Putin and Tucker Carlson had? Do y'all remember when when Putin said, I don't know who's running America. We make a deal with one person, and the moment we make a deal, somebody else comes back and says, no deal. At this time, we don't know who's running America. All these puppet leaders, we don't know who's running America. All I gotta tell y'all is, now you see what y'all did. Now y'all got to deal with Trump. And when Trump says no deal, there's no deal. But I know. Let me tell you what I think is gonna happen. Hold on. They want me to make sure I'm real. I don't know why they're doing this. Okay. All right, here we go. So they paused me for a minute. So let me tell you what I think is gonna happen. Zelensky's gonna come back. What choice does he have? Excuse me. What choice does he have? He's gonna come back. Zelensky's gonna come back. He has to. He doesn't have a choice. Or Europe is gonna have to step up. And there might be a world war, but we won't be involved in it. It's gonna be between Europe and Russia. As it should be. As it should be. Because why would you get America in a WAR 3 that has nothing to do with us? Why? That's selfish. And Zelensky mentioned many times, you guys are on the other side of the water. Exactly. So why are you messing with us? Why aren't you hollering at the UK, France, Poland, Germany, Italy, Portugal, Albania? I don't know. Bosnia? I don't know. Syria? Why aren't you hollering at those cats? Listen, what are you going to do when you can't protect your home? You can't come Netherlands? Why? Go holler at the Netherlands. I don't know. Why aren't you hollering at them? Why do you think you get to come to our country and talk with that much moxie, cut our president off while he's speaking, and you are the one that needs his help? He doesn't need your help. We don't need Ukraine's help. We don't need Ukraine's help. What makes you think we need Ukraine's for anything? We can use some of those raw materials, but you don't think we can get them somewhere else? And we will get them somewhere else. If we don't get them from Ukraine, we'll get them somewhere else. Or maybe we just wait around for Russia to finish the job. And then we just make a deal with Russia and get the same thing. I don't know. Why isn't Russia an ally? That should be a question. Why aren't they? They don't want no smoke with America. Let's keep it a buck. Russia doesn't want smoke with America. If y'all seen the Tucker Carlson interview, Russia tried to join NATO a long time ago. Why won't they let Russia join NATO? Don't we really want peace? Wouldn't it be awesome to have Russia as an ally instead of an enemy? No more wars. No more worrying about who's gonna bomb us. Who's gonna drop the big one. We can negotiate on putting our nuclear weapons aside. Isn't that what's best for America and the world? Did y'all see that Tucker Carlson interview? I don't think y'all seen it. Is there any more sauce? Can I get some more sauce? Why isn't that a good thing? Why is that such a bad thing? There wouldn't be no bricks, no need for bricks anymore. There wouldn't be no need for it. But no, y'all think it's smart that we try to wipe Russia off the face of the earth. Y'all think it's smart that we ally with Ukraine and fight their war for them. Y'all think it's smart. Y'all think it's smart. Man, you know what's smart? What Trump just did? Make the deal or we are out. And I like being out. And I like being out. Somebody said Russia was an ally in World War II. I like being out. I like being out.
out of your business and you out of mine. I like that. Because over here in America, we got some building to do. We got infrastructure falling apart. I mean, I'm driving on these streets, so many potholes. I mean, bridges. I mean, I'm tired of getting cheap labor, because when you get cheap labor, you know what happens when you get cheap labor? Cheap products. I actually want to make something that actually lasts. I want America to build something that's so amazing, so beautiful, so fly. That's what I want. I want to see America at the top in every category, every single category, every single category. That's what I want to see. I want to see America at the top. All this other stuff, I'm not with it. I think Trump was right. I don't got no issues with what Trump is doing. And I don't know, man. Let me see here. Let me look through here. Let me see. Let me look through here real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, let me bring up some people, man. Let's have a conversation, man. I want to hear from some people. Let me bring up some people real quick. Let me bring up my boy King. Bring up a few people here that want to talk. I'll bring DJ up. Let's have a conversation, man.
Too much. How you doing, man?
I'm doing
Everybody,
good,
how
King. How you
doing?
doing, brother?
I'm
Yeah,
doing
no,
fine. I'm doing
I
fine.
don't share no food. What's up with that?
Man, I'm hungry. I'm just hungry, DJ. I'm just hungry. You know, I'm just hungry. I gotta eat and talk at
I
the
got
same
nerve
time.
enough to ask for more sauce and don't get nobody none.
That
What are
Zelensky guy,
meatballs, man?
I
What are
don't know.
meatballs?
Hmm? So what's up, King? We're gonna start with you first, King.
Pardon, what?
We're gonna start with you first, King. What did we think about Trump, man? What did we think about Trump's ordeal and what he's talking about and what he laid down? He either play ball or we're out. What do you think about that?
Trump is using just logic. The Zelensky guy, if you look at him, you should look at how he looks, how he speaks, and you have to look it from out of a psychological perspective. And you can clearly see that he's traumatized by the Biden administration that gave him money like it was water, by the Europeans that try to play big boy because they are backed up by Biden. And you see what is happening in Europe. Europe is completely confused about the way Trump is handling everything at this moment. And Trump is right. A lot of Europeans speak like that also. They say that what kind of nonsense war is going on over there? We're sending money to this country just to fight a war, and our groceries are getting expensive. Everything is expensive over here in Europe. So this war makes no sense. If they try to get something out of Ukraine, like resources, okay, but it's costing us too much money. So make a deal with those Russians. Give the Russians what they want. Let's finish this and move on,
Come on.
because there are bigger problems on this planet than fighting a war at this moment in life.
And what choice do they have, King? What choice do they have? What choice do
Who,
they have? They
Zelensky?
can't win.
Zelensky should take the deal. But I can understand Zelensky, because Zelensky thinks that if he, I don't know what's on paper, but I think the way he speaks, he's trying to defend his country, and he thinks he's going to lose everything. But it's logic that you're going to lose everything after you got hundreds of billions of dollars and euros. You're gonna lose everything. You should have stopped this war long before. And the thing about Trump asking the UK Prime Minister, "Can you fight Russia?" has to do with what Boris, how do you call him? Boris Johnson said to Zelensky that he shouldn't make a deal with Russia. Can you remember that?
George. Yeah, I remember that. And listen,
And that's the reason why Trump asked him that question. Because the UK, back then with Boris Johnson, were speaking tough because they know, or they knew, that Biden would support them if anything would happen. And now you saw how he shut up. He knows what time it is. It's a different time.
realization kicked in. Realization kicked in like, oh, Snoop, oh, shoot, this isn't the same regime. Trump is really in power. He's not a puppet leader like Biden was. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. That's what happened. And I like how the vice president put the president in check. See, imagine knowing that you're talking to an actor and and not a real leader. Imagine knowing that you're talking to someone who's not really a leader. But he's in over his head. That's what it seemed like.
Exactly.
Zelensky is in over his head, and he's sitting down in front of people that know he's in over his head.
You know what it is? The way he was acting in that interview, he doesn't know how many Europeans he made mad. Then I'm talking about the city. We were already mad, but now after seeing this this interview, because we don't want that war going on, and give him a big mouth to a big leader talking over his talking. Who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, how many times he cut off Trump?
Really, if I was in that room, I would have slapped him in his face. Really, what kind of nonsense is that?
I was tripping. I was like, this dude is talking over the president? What? And dude dressed like a clown, like he's about to go jogging.
He thinks he's a soldier. He thinks he's a soldier on the front line. That's why he's wearing that uniform. But it's a ritual because it's also like you said. He's an actor. He's really an actor because he thinks that that suit, what he's wearing in that movie that he was playing, he thinks that movie is still playing. But that movie ended the 31st December 2024. It's a whole new movie. You better buy a suit, a tie, some leather shoes, and come and talk in a respectful way so that people can still have some respect for you. That movie is over. Biden is gone.
Yes, indeed.
Well, at least it was a man to man instead of a
No, it
little
was not a
booger boy.
man. It's an actor, not a man.
Come on.
Who? Which one? Trump?
No, that goofy guy.
Zelensky. Zelensky's an actor. You know that's what he is. He's an actor who became.
Oh, stop, you guys.
That's true. He's an actor who became president. He's a movie
So what
star.
was that little boy?
He's a freaking movie star who happened to become president of Ukraine. And he's in over his head. And he keeps playing this tough guy role, and it's not working. Big Alive.
And also,
Big Av, go ahead. Let me hear from Big Av real quick. Go ahead, Big Av. Unmute your mic, brother. Big Av, unmute your mic, brother. You there? I'm gonna mute you up, testify. Hold on, man. We're gonna get to you.
Hello?
Yeah, there you go, brother. I can hear you now.
Okay. I know what I seen on YouTube today, and I was told it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. And if two men in a room talking, one man don't be pointing his finger. I mean, I can't take you serious. Like everything gets shut off when you start pointing your finger and basically saying you ought to be grateful. Like, wow, like we shouldn't do it like this. And the only reason why Trump did that was to show his boss Putin of, hey, this is the work that I'm doing for you over here. Ever since that man came in office, everything just started going down the hill. Everything just started going down the hill.
Name something that went down the hill when he went in office. Name something.
Ooh, oh my Lord. I mean, can we start with the women losing their rights? Can we start with the African American losing everything that we done worked for, that we done
What?
slaved for?
Like what?
What did we,
Because I'm an FBA. What?
Martin Luther
What did we
King.
lose? What did we lose?
or was it the civil right? He done signed all of these executive orders to try to roll back all of the things that we don't work hard for.
What did we
And
lose? What did we lose? DEI, we didn't lose nothing. Affirmative action, we didn't lose nothing. What did we lose? We were still performing around the same with or without it. What did we lose? The only one that DEI really affected, well, you know who it affected? Asians going to college. That's who got mad. It wasn't us. So birthright citizenship, that don't affect us. We're citizens, man. That don't affect
that's
us. Birthright citizenship only affects immigrants. It's now you can't drop off no more anchor babies. So that didn't affect us. What policy has Trump put into place that has affected foundational Black Americans? Go.
MLK.
MLK what? What about MLK?
He messed with that holiday.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
What? We just had MLK. What are you talking about?
He signed an executive order for that.
For what?
he did
Okay.
that.
What did it affect? What did it affect?
It affect when we had the you get paid for that holiday. So now they're not gonna get paid for that holiday.
Wow.
Towards Black America. I mean, it's small potatoes to you, but I lived through that time, so it's gonna mean different for me than it is for you. And I hate that your generation is like that.
Listen. MLK said himself he integrated us into a burning house. He feared the integration.
So what he said that. But at least he got out front and put his life on the line. I've been down there. I talked to the family. I sat in the church.
He did.
I talked to the ones that grew up with him.
He's still our hero, still our ancestor, and we still recognize his birthday. That doesn't change anything. Somebody said it's a federal holiday still. I don't even know how true that is that he took away that day. I don't even know. But I know this, I'm not worried about that. It doesn't affect me as a foundational Black America one way or the other. If y'all worried about nothing burgers, that's on y'all. Aim higher. That's what I say. Don't cry over crumbs. Get the whole burger. You understand what I'm saying? Don't cry over little stuff. Get the whole thing. Get the whole thing. She said she worked for the post service. So if she worked for the post office and it's still a federal holiday, what did he change? See, this whole nothing burger that Trump, remember that whole rumor that Trump was going to end Black History Month? Man, he celebrated Black History Month right in the Oval Office, right there in Washington, D.C. Brought in Tiger Woods, brought in a couple other people, man. Everybody was there. And you're talking about building statues. Now, that's more symbolism that we don't need, but okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. That's better than what the Democrats ever tried to do for us.
So Democrats done a lot for us.
Yeah, Democrats haven't done nothing for us, brother. Nothing.
Yesterday they signed things in play like what a lot of civil rights type of acts for us, to be. These type of acts are like watchdogs for us, but YT spent it in a different way and made it seem like, we can't hire qualified people with this particular bill on us. They was crybabying about that because now they have watchdog laws on them.
20 years, Democrats been in power with the House and the Senate, right? And we never got reparations. So what good are they?
We
They are
didn't get
still
reparations
studying
from
it.
Republicans. Come on. If you're going to
Listen,
say certain things, say it across the board.
Republicans ain't had the House and the Senate, and we ain't really been courting the Republicans
Well,
because
they've been giving us hell.
every time the news come up, they try to make Republicans seem out to be racist. That's
To be
it.
what?
Most
Racist.
Republicans are
They are.
racist. And they
Yeah, they
never
are.
been for the working class. They always say
They
for the
both
working
Matter of
are
class.
fact,
racist.
both sides for
Democrats
that matter.
and Republicans are
This is
racist.
that propaganda and
Yeah,
witchcraft we were
I
talking
agree
about.
with you, King. Nah.
This
Good
that
morning,
propaganda and
host.
witchcraft.
Good
But
morning,
at this
host.
moment, I prefer the Republicans.
Go ahead,
I
testify.
prefer the Democrats because they consider the poor. That's all.
Well,
What I
the
think,
Democrats, thanks that the Democrats are gone, our boys don't have to wear skirts and bikinis anymore.
Come on.
And I don't like that part. I'm a political cocktail. Each side has something to offer that makes sense, something. But both of them corrupt, But at
Of
least
course,
Democrats think about the the lower middle class.
No, they don't because they allowed inflation to hit y'all. They allowed your taxes to
That
go
came
up.
from that
goedemorgen
knucklehead.
Philly.
That inflation came from
Inflation ain't
DT's
come from no Democrat.
foolishness.
Good morning,
That came
Vincent.
from
Morning.
C19. How long did people think that it was going to take to recover from C19? A whole year? Only people that was making money was grocery stores, the necessity people, the airline. Well, yeah, even the airlines were still flying. Come on now.
We
Let me
can't
hear
fly
from
no
testify.
more.
Let me hear from testify. Go ahead, brother.
But I'm not getting up there. Not while he up there messing. You remember Reagan messed with the what you call the ones up there in the tower? Um, that got the planes in.
Traffic control.
Reagan did the same thing, and planes start falling.
What I think now, what's happening is new money against old money, and I think America is losing the goods of Africa, and I think they want it back. Because they are losing Africa to China, to Russia, and I think the only person that can turn around is Trump. To turn around it again, because all the goods in Africa now
Yeah.
going
Wait
to
till y'all
America.
start getting all these
So,
diseases and stuff. That
Y'all might be able to
man,
get y'all might be able to get a better deal with America than y'all been getting with British and France. I'll tell you that.
yes, yes,
I'll tell you
and I
that.
think, and I think that's what's going
better
on now.
deal.
It's all
Better
money
deal for
against new
what?
money. That's the problem.
Okay, I can actually rock with that. What testifies? I can actually agree with that a little bit.
hmm
Okay. Okay. Let me hear from
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me hear from Missy Lane. Go ahead, Missy Lane. And then we'll go to Sunny next. Missy Lane, you there? Missy Lane going once. Okay, we'll come back to you, Sunny.
Is she muted?
No, she's not muted.
Mm.
Sunny or Missy Lane, are you there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come up.
You ain't got nothing to say? You came up here.
Well,
Or you just listening in?
I mean, no,
Say
not
since
really.
she
I
mentioned
don't.
it.
Okay, we'll come back to you. We'll give you some time. Sunny, are you there? Sunny? Sunny? Okay. We got people that come up and don't even want to talk. Okay.
Might have fell asleep.
Might have. Okay, we're gonna drop them down. Man, listen. I told y'all we in for a ride. It's gonna be bumpy. It's not going to be pretty, but it's definitely going to be exciting. What Trump is doing a lot of monumental things right now. He has not stopped working since he's been in office. We've seen and heard more from Trump in 30 days than we've heard from Biden. You understand? Than we've heard from Biden.
No.
I know he's not in office, but we didn't hear as much or nearly as much from Biden than we've seen Trump. We've seen Trump every single day. Name a day you haven't seen Trump or heard news on Trump. Every day this brother been working. If y'all believe the lies of the Democratic Party and the lies of the legacy media that Trump is a bad guy and that Biden and Kamala was better, I just think y'all brainwashed and under heavy propaganda and witchcraft because that means that their propaganda and witchcraft works. Or y'all too lazy to do the research, or y'all too lazy to really see with your eyes. Because I don't know what your eyes.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know.
I see very clearly with my eyes.
Okay.
I see very clearly.
My goodness.
And what I see is Trump is causing a whole lot of destruction, not just here, but worldwide, globally. I know that's what he's doing.
We do like him.
It's the way to do it. It's a way to do a thing, you know. It's just it's a way to do it.
That
See,
man
here's
is for
the
the
deal.
oligarchs.
You know,
He's not for the working
Nixon
class.
went over there to China, opened up the gates, and then the white T boys all mad now because now they want to take back them deals they made over there. Okay, Nixon opened the door for all of this, and now they want to take it all back because China know how to put a hook in their nose.
I gotta look something up, y'all. I gotta fact check y'all because y'all just giving me the boogeyman. The boogeyman's gonna get us. That's what it sounds like y'all saying.
How you gonna fact check? How you gonna fact check anybody?
Okay.
How you gonna do that?
You have to be
You say you want to fact check people. How are you gonna fact check anybody?
Brother, don't come in hostile. That's what you don't do. Come in good faith, ready to have a good conversation.
I'm not being hostile. I asked you a question.
I'm gonna look up something.
Didn't you say you want to fact check something?
Yeah, I said I'm gonna fact check something. Exactly. I want to see what somebody said.
My question
about
is, if you're gonna fact check something, how are you gonna fact check?
Let me tell you what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna overtalk me and cut me off while I'm talking. That's what you're not gonna do, brother. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's the quickest way to get dropped. Coming in hostile, coming in hot, all that stuff. I don't play that over here. You can go to somebody else's panel and do that. Now I just want to fact check what she said about MLK Day not being a holiday, paid holiday.
They'll be fact checking me.
I got to.
I thought he signed executive orders trying to take all of the Brown and BLK days away.
You thought, but that's not what happened. You thought. You've been whatever news station you was watching lied to you. MLK Day, not a holiday anymore. Okay, hold on. Let me see. MLK, not a federal holiday. Let's see it. Let me fact it. Let me just see it.
And ask him if Trump signed a...
Martin Luther King Jr. Day is a federal holiday in the United States, observed on the 3rd. This is Monday, January 19th, 2026.
No, but ask about the executive order.
You see, MLK executive order.
Ask if he signed the executive order, for that to be in the works.
Despite being on the list of Defense Intelligence Agency paused events, the activity, the memo clarified that Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Juneteenth will remain federal holidays.
Despite, it sounds like it said it's on the chopping. Despite that it's on the chopping block. Is that not what it said?
Pause events and activity. The memo clarified that Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Juneteenth will remain a federal holiday.
Did I hear the word pause activities or something?
Despite being the list of the Defense Intelligence Agencies paused, events and activities. The memo clarified. They just said the memo clarified. Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Juneteenth will remain federal holidays. So,
and who you
But I
get your
guess the
facts
bigger
from?
question is, why was it even up on the table for a decision? You know,
It wasn't.
So it was never on the chopping block.
That's called Democrats trying to fear tactic y'all again. See, they scare y'all, and then y'all believe it, and then y'all start, oh, Trump's going to do this. Let's march and let's do this. Let's boycott, and then come to find out, it didn't really happen. And then you know what happened when the truth come out? Y'all look for another boogeyman. Well, Trump didn't touch Black History Month, but he gonna put us in chains again. We're gonna all be slaves.
You know what's so funny? I can remember Biden saying to Charlemagne, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And then secondly,
I don't got nothing to say about that.
Yeah. Secondly, when you guys brought up reparations, Biden said, "Yeah, we have to study that." He's still studying it. And now, since Trump is president, I don't know what the woman's name is. One of your sisters from the Democrats is trying to bring the conversation back to demand for reparations. Why didn't she do it when Biden was president, while he was studying the reparation claim? These Democrats are just a joke. They should have fixed the reparations while Biden was
in office,
president. And now suddenly, since Trump is president, they want to talk about the reparations. So I'm glad that the Democrats are gone, and I hope that they are gone forever.
Me too.
Because if you guys don't get reparations, I was born in Suriname. I'm from Suriname, South America. If you guys don't get reparations, I don't get reparations from these Dutch people. Because the Dutch prime minister back then, while Biden was president, said, yeah, we can talk about reparations, but we are looking what the Americans are doing. That means that if the Americans give reparations, the Dutch are going to give reparations to my people. So the Democrats can miss me with that. Let them stay where they are at this moment and forever.
Come on. Go ahead, Mike.
One last thing.
You know what's funny? When the Democrats get some things passed, and the Republicans are the first one in line to get the benefits.
Every time.
I see. Okay. I live around some. First ones in line. And we'll vote against those benefits, but be the first one in line before you.
And I don't live for reparations. I get out here and I work.
I don't live for reparations also, but if it's something that we have the right on, that we should get it, we should just get it.
I
don't live for that because I make my own money.
Is King African? Are you African?
Do I look like an African? Do I sound like an African? Why do you ask that stupid question?
Because you sound like an
African.
African.
Valid question.
You sound like an African.
King
is you sound like an African.
King is our brother from South America. He's from Suriname. Okay, he's an ally to us. He stands with us in the fight. He's a Hebrew Israelite, and we respect this brother. This brother is a
so he keeps saying reparations, and I'm confused because
if you listen to him, he said if we don't get our reparations, he doesn't get his reparations in his country. They also have a reparations claim in Suriname.
No, I get that, brother. I'm here. My issue is that that's kind of a tethered mindset, though, bro. Why can't y'all just ground for y'all reparations without?
To me, you sound like an African.
I'm not African.
You're an African.
Grinding for his reparations.
I'm from America. We're not the same.
You sound African.
The Dutch is saying that they're looking at what everybody's looking at what America does. Let me tell you the truth. When America does something, everything falls like dominoes. If America is not messing with Ukraine, chances are Europe not going to mess with Ukraine. Let's keep it a buck. That's just how it goes. They follow the leader. But when one of them goes down, they all fall down like dominoes. So all they're doing is waiting on the one to fall.
Wait, so
The brother is doing some things in this country. Listen, I know the brother, man. I know the brother. Okay.
for sure. The reason I asked the question is because he was talking about the Democrats and he's not from America, so I'm assuming that he's hearing hearsay, right? Because look, I don't mess with the Democrats or Republicans, but I'm damn sure not gonna let a person not from America talk about the Democrats or Republicans or like the fight of black people in America. That just sounds weird to me.
When we hear every day,
You sound weird. To me, you sound like an African.
For
Like a
sure,
Czech.
bro. I can sound like an African
I
to
don't
you,
know
but
who
my
you are,
people
but to
come from
me, you sound like
Mississippi.
an African.
My people come from Mississippi, brother. There's no
I
tether
don't
in
believe
me.
you.
It's fine. You don't have to.
Well,
It's
you're
all right.
African. You're just
Where's
an
your people
African.
from? Big Ab. Where's your people from, Big Ab?
I got people all over. I mean, when we go like down like the heritage line, you know,
Yeah, what's your
down,
heritage?
like, I mean, I don't know. You know, I ain't finna sit here and get on this platform and like lie. You know, I'm not gonna do that.
So you don't know where your family's from, brother?
Yeah, I mean, I got family like in Georgia. I got family up north. I got, as far as that instance of it, yes.
Okay, have you done your lineage? Are you a descendant of a slave? Do you have that in your bloodline? Do you have any Caribbean in your bloodline or African in your bloodline?
Too much. I ain't gonna even sit here and hold you like that. As far as I know, like my grandma, she worked for, like she was a slave. I remember my mama telling me stories as far as she remember growing up, playing in the fields and stuff like that. And watching my grandma work for the man or whatever. I just know that I wasn't gonna grow up like that, and I'm not finna raise my kids like that. That's the only thing I know.
Okay, well let me say it like this. We stand on business for reparations, but we're not waiting on reparations. Okay,
We not gonna get them.
I don't know about that, bro. That sounds like a tether talk right there. When people keep saying we're not gonna get, brother, let me tell you something. We've never really stomped hard for reparations before, brother, until recently.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing, and this how I know if you're serious. If you're not willing to get 50,000 no's, you're not serious. You're not serious.
That
If
flew
you
by me. What you mean
cry and
by that?
complain over a few people telling you no, then you don't need then you don't really want what you're asking for. But if you're willing to get 50,000 no's and still stand on business, then you're serious, and then I know you're gonna get what you want.
I guess I'm a little bit confused because I guess my mind's so focused on building what I got right in front of me on up that I'm not looking back in the past of the yesteryears and trying to
No one's
make
asking
it.
you to look back in the past, man. But we are saying, listen, man. Listen, I'm like this. If you owe me money, you owe me money. You always gonna owe me money until I get paid. I'm not gonna act like you don't owe me money. If
Then
you
you
over
ain't
here
never go
shopping
broke then.
and buying something, and I know you owe me some money, brother, I'm gonna ask for my money. Hey, brother, you bought this for your girl, you bought that for your family, but you owe me. When am I gonna get paid, brother? That's now you might be different. You might say, man, go on, keep that little bit of change. But me,
Well, when they pass it out, he can just go ahead and just
yeah.
walk
When
away.
they pass it out, just make sure you say skip, because I don't know my lineage. But when somebody owe me something, they owe me. And I don't care. Listen, I don't care if you're a Johnny come lately. I don't care if you weren't the one that did it. If you're part of the system that put my people where they was at, guess what? You owe. Run me my money. If you
But I wanted to say something about.
Go ahead, go ahead, Precious.
I wanted to say something about the brother from where he's from, South America.
Suriname.
Suriname.
Okay, yeah. When he was saying that if we was to get it, once we get our reparations, that they know that they most definitely they're going to get theirs.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really so though. Like we can get our reparations approved and everything,
But that doesn't mean that everybody else is going to get theirs. I'm just, you
They
have
not
to
they not
think
they not gonna get
realistically.
it from the American government, but they got their own government, their
I know that.
own
I know that. I know that
government they
very
can get
much
it
so.
from.
But I'm just saying, and that's why I'm saying, just because America will pay the Black Americans, the children of chattel slavery reparations, that doesn't mean that everybody else around the world is going to get reparations. So I'm just letting them know, don't get your hopes up high. Just because you see us get something don't mean that you're going to get something from them over there. That's all.
Okay, sister, let me tell you this. I ain't playing. I ain't playing with these Dutch authorities. And they know, because I'm closely connected to those who think they can arrange everything for my people. Today I'm going to release a video about a voice recorder, me
They don't
speaking
know
to
who they
one of
talking
these
to,
people.
King. They don't know who they talking to, brother. They
No,
just
I'm not. No, I'm not underestimating who he is or anything like that. I'm just saying though, you know, I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm just
I,
I was just
I
making a
understand what
statement.
I
Yeah,
understand what I understand what you're saying, but
right.
I'm at that level that I'm not going to demand it from the Dutch authorities. They are going to give it freely. So when you guys, let's say you get the reparations, the Dutch authorities are going to think, hey, wait a minute, there's a claim from these people from Suriname and also these islands. They have almost a similar situation like their brothers and sisters in the United States have had. So Prime Minister Rutte, that's the boss of NATO at this moment, said
Mm.
during the Biden administration, because we were also talking about reparations here in Nederland, he said, we are looking what the Americans are doing with reparations. And then we are going to decide if we're going to give reparations.
let me tell you what happened in South. Y'all know about the apartheid in South Africa? Do you know how they were able to enforce apartheid in South Africa? Do you know who they studied
Of the
first?
U.S.
They studied the U.S. slavery first and Jim Crow first, and then that made them say, okay, this is what we could do, and this is what we can't do, and that's what gave them the blueprint to do apartheid in South Africa. Everybody's watching the U.S. How the U.S. their wins and their losses, and then they go back and put it in their database in their country and go from there. So they are for sure watching us. And you know who else is the most watched people on the planet Earth? Foundational Black Americans. Everybody's watching to see what foundational Black Americans are doing. How do we know? Look at what happened with George Floyd. Everybody's watching us to see how we do and how we act, because if we turn up, the whole world's going to turn up. You understand that? So if you don't understand that this is the follow the leader, and America is the leader right now, and they have the most influential people on the planet in their country, which happens to be us. Everybody's watching us. If we turn up, if they do too much injustice to us, not even the world, but even the Most High is going to be against you. We are a blessed people, and we don't have to prove none of it. All we got to say is look and see for yourself. There's only one Michael Jordan. There's only one Michael Jackson. There's only one Martin Luther King. There's only one Malcolm X. Show me an equivalent to these iconic figures, just those. There's only one George Washington Carver. So if you don't know that we are a blessed people, just by those examples there, you're not really paying attention and you're not really using logic. We're
A
blessed.
prize bull. A prize bull. In this country.
We're prideful or what? What are you saying, Mike?
Prize bull.
Prize bull.
Prize bull.
Okay, prize.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what prize. Yeah. If you don't understand that we are something special in the United States, and something special and influential in the world, you're not really paying attention.
Can I ask one question, man?
Go ahead, sir.
I'll drop down if you answer just one question for me.
Go ahead, sir.
You always had this long conversation about reparations, right?
Okay.
So how do you feel about your president saying that he's going to give white tea people reparations? He literally said that out of his own mouth.
I don't think he said it. I don't think he called it.
He said it just like that. He said it just like that. He said I'm going to give.
He ain't gonna believe
He said it just like that.
Yeah.
Well, I know he ain't gonna believe me, but he out here making money. But it is what it is.
And who's he giving it to? Who's he giving it to?
White tea people. For people who supposedly got beat out of a job because of DEI. That's what he said.
Well, he been said that. I mean, but it don't have nothing to do with the reparations that we're talking about.
Reparations is reparations. What he's doing is wagging his butt in your face. You don't realize that?
What?
You ask
You
him for
know-
reparations.
you know what you should
come out
do?
and say he gonna
You
get
should
somebody
play-
else's
you should
reparations,
play
but he's
guess.
over you.
Well, I
He's
mean,
looking over you.
if you don't believe that, it's never going to happen for us, then so be it.
I didn't say it wasn't going to happen. I asked you what you felt about the man saying that. That's what I asked.
Yeah, that's what he said that.
I mean, white people been getting reparations. It's called white privilege.
Exactly.
And that may be so, but you never heard a president say that.
I've never. I'm looking.
You don't feel that's a slap in your face?
It doesn't say he said that.
He said it. He said it on national TV.
I'm looking for it.
When he was talking about the colleges.
Oh, and the other question, I got one more question about that too.
thought
Do
you
you
had
remember
one
the first
question.
thing he did when he came in office? The very first thing he did? He canceled all the fact checking. He canceled all the fact checkers.
Yep.
So you're reading what Elon programmed for you to read. That's why I asked you how were you going to check somebody?
Donald Trump is saying, white people, I'm coming to you with reparations. This country was fat.
I hear Roland Martin saying that, and Roland Martin's a fat face.
I've never watched Roland Martin in my life. Donald Trump said it.
But I never.
Donald Trump said
Where's the
it out of
video?
his own mouth.
Where's the video of him saying Trump?
They could have
He had said something about that when he first got in office. I remember him saying that. But my thing is, that don't have nothing to do. I mean, what you gonna be mad because? I mean, he can do that. I mean, but he gonna do what he gonna have to do with us.
Listen,
ain't doing nothing.
What
with
if?
you. All you do is stand on the whole thing that was ever built for you. Don't you guys feel like y'all just standing there?
Hold on,
One at a time. One at a time.
Let's just say he did say that for the sake of him saying that, and it doesn't say he said it. There's no video with him saying that. But let's just say he did say that, or he was doing that, right? Let's just say he is giving reparations to white people. He's white.
That's what he said. I'm just telling you what he said.
Hold on.
Okay, let's just say he said that. Okay.
Okay, let's just say he said that. He's white. He's gonna ride for his lineage as he should. But what happened when Obama got in and had the opportunity to do that, and he didn't do it?
He didn't. He never had the opportunity.
He sure
Well, you
did.
think he's a king? He was a president, not a king.
Okay, so why does Trump have the opportunity to do it?
He was because Trump has the Senate, the House, and the
He got a
Supreme Court.
trifecta on his side.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay.
He's holding the full house.
So what happened when Biden? So what happened when Biden had the House and the Senate? Why didn't he do it? What happened in California?
Biden give a white man reparations?
Well, no,
he wasn't built like that.
No, why didn't he give black people reparations? Because he's the one saying that he was, if you don't.
They ain't giving a black man nothing in this country, man. You might as well believe. You might as well understand.
Can I say something?
The Constitution wasn't even written for you as a black person.
Yes.
At all.
Yep.
I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna argue with that. They don't want to give you a free piece of bread.
But let me tell you like this. Right? Are you making at least six figures?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No, I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm a retired vet. I'm not gonna lie about no six figures.
Okay. Do you know how many?
I can't. And at this point, because of Trump's changes, I can't even get in touch with the VA hospital. I've been trying to call them for 4 days.
Okay. Yep, I've heard that.
I got you. We got 2.5 million millionaires that are black Americans, man.
So
we're really not doing.
I didn't hear what you said. Say that one more
really
time. I'm
not
sorry. Say it
doing
again.
all that bad as you making it seem to be. There are 17% of us in this country who are Black Americans who are down bad. But 17% is not 100%.
How many Black people in this country, man? How many African people? How many
Black Americans?
How many people
Black Americans?
all together?
There's about 300 million people in this country, brother, and we represent 13 to 14% of this country.
13 to 14%, absolutely. I'm not arguing with you on that.
Mm-hmm. And we're doing.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just telling you that this fight has been going
in the
on
world.
since
You understand
the
that?
60s. It wasn't.
In the world.
It was. I don't know how old are you?
I'm 44.
Okay, I'm 58.
Okay. Okay.
This fight that we're in right now has been going on since the 1950s. We didn't even get a chance to vote until what, the 60s?
Okay.
I mean, I know you guys you were just a dirty thought in your daddy's mind, but I'm just trying to say that we're going backwards. You can't even see.
Doesn't matter. But okay, that's funny, but that don't matter. Okay. I'm
not even being funny. I'm serious.
No,
funny, dog. I'm serious. The things that you guys are talking about, the things that your generation is talking about right now, you might as well be standing out there on a gravestone, taking your thing out and just peeing on Martin Luther King. I hate it when y'all talk about Martin Luther King. We don't need this anymore. We don't need that anymore.
All this hurt. Oh my God.
Hold on. Everybody hold on real quick. Listen. I'm going to unmute you, but listen. My dad was born in 1942. Let me tell you something, man. I grew up in probably the most old school house you can grow up in under old school traditional values. I had to clean the toilet with a toothbrush. You understand what I'm saying? I had to make sure my window seal was clean before I can go outside. My bed had to be made. I grew up not in the South, but in California, saying yes, sir, and yes, ma'am, in the freaking 80s and 90s. During the crack epidemic, okay, while I'm looking at all these crackhead baseheads outside, my dad was raising me like it was the 1950s and 60s. I grew up watching Shoot 'em Up, Bang Bang, Cowboys, Clark Gable, Gone with the Wind. What's the other one? John Wayne. I grew up Lone Ranger. You know what I'm saying? I grew up listening to Sam Cooke. Okay, Change Gonna Come. I grew up Georgia on my mind. Okay, I'm dreaming of a white. I grew up like that in the freaking 80s and 90s. You don't think I know or heard? I walked 10 miles in the snow barefoot to school. You don't think listen, brother, I grew up, whether you want to believe it or not, in that era without being in that era. My dad told me the only reason he didn't march with Dr. Martin Luther King was because he knew if somebody hit him, he was going to hit him back. I'm as old school as they can come at 44 years old. Listen, my dad didn't raise me up teaching me that there was an Easter Bunny or there was a Santa Claus. He told me, I don't thank nobody, thank him. You understand? So that's how I grew up. So you can miss me with you don't understand or you didn't get none of this and that. Man, brother, my dad told me he had to go outside and chase chickens down and break their neck. My dad told me at 4 years old he had a job, and he would go to work, come home, and give his sister a nickel so she can get a baby room. Hamburgers with 10 cents, hot dogs with a nickel. I got so many stories. My dad grew up in Birmingham, Alabama. He was born in Jasper, Alabama. I could trace my lineage back to 1835 right now to my great-great-great-grandfather, Oliver, who was a slave. So there's nothing you can tell me that you went through. And my dad was military. Did 20 years and retired in the military. I grew up strict, brother. I grew up different from my peers outside. My dad was one of two dads on the block. He was a single father surrounded by single mothers. All the mothers was trying to date my dad. My dad that didn't just father me, he fathered the whole freaking block. Everybody knows my family. Everybody knows my dad. My dad was well respected, high integrity. My dad could walk to the 99-cent store and go right behind the counter where the cashier is at. And nobody's gonna say nothing. Go work behind there. He didn't even have a job there. He go take over the store for the guy where he go run some errands and come back. And the guy trust him that everything was gonna be in place. That's how I grew up, brother. So you can miss me with you don't know or you can't relate. You don't know about not being a man. Listen, I done heard every story you can even think of imaginable. There's a place in Birmingham where lightning struck the window, and they say the window is like in the same shape of a black man that they put on a tree. That was, and they took him out of jail and put him on the tree. And that lightning strikes in that place to remind them that he was innocent. Because supposedly he had done something to some YT woman. That's the stories I grew up with. I grew up hearing about Lake Lanier, Rosewood, Black Wall Street. So you can miss me with whatever you trying to come with that, brother. Listen, I lived a different life. I am my ancestors. I am my father.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am.
No, you're not.
100%.
You know, you heard a lot of stories, brother, but you are not your ancestors, brother.
I am my father, brother. I'm just like him. Everybody tells me I look just like him. I talk just like him.
Your father was a Republican? Was he a Republican?
No, my father was a stone cold Democrat.
Okay, then you're not your father.
No, I am my father.
You're not your father.
No, I am my father.
There you go. You said you were, but you're not.
No, I am. I stand on business. My father stood on business. My father stood on business. Just because you think I'm not, bro, you think I'm going to listen to you? I don't even know you.
Negative. I'm listening to you. I mean, I'm just listening to what you say. I'm only listening to
everything that comes
out.
I'm not
negative. I'm telling you facts.
And a book.
I'm telling you facts.
You don't know any facts.
I am telling you what the man said. I just tell you facts.
No, you don't know any facts.
What the man said.
You don't know any facts.
How can you say I'm negative? I'm telling you what the man said.
Yeah, brother, because brother, we hear it, brother. You're under heavy propaganda and witchcraft. I know what you watch. I know what you listen to. I know what you consume by how you're talking.
This home is not happy.
I even know what you've been through by how you're talking. You're talking like a person who's been defeated. You've been defeated. You've never won anything.
This home is not.
I am very successful. I am a very successful man.
Brother,
you have to get to my age, bro. You have to get to my age. You have to get to me.
Brother, 58 is not that far from 40.
You got a long way to go. And you've given up. You've already given up. You have already given up.
No, brother,
I feel bad. I feel really bad for your generation. You have already given up. You believe that it's also. Who the hell is that in the background screaming?
You can't feel bad for me, brother. I feel bad for you, brother. You're 58.
No. I can listen to what you're saying. I can definitely feel bad because you have a ways to go and you have a lot coming at you. You don't even realize it. You believe that what you see is real.
It's not even real. You gave up a long time ago, brother.
No, bro.
Long time ago, brother.
No, I've had three different businesses.
Top story.
I got ran over by a car in the military. I haven't given up anything. I'm still rolling that.
We just ain't got around.
You sitting back feeding people the propaganda that they're feeding you on the spot, and you believe it. You believe it. You can't even read.
Can I say something?
Through the line.
He's jealous of your beliefs.
How did we give up?
The richest place on planet Earth is the graveyard. It's filled with unfulfilled dreams, and you're going there. You're going to take that dirt nap, and you're going to realize you didn't fulfill any of the dreams you should have done. You have a life full of regret. I don't, brother. I've done phenomenal things at the age I'm at now and before.
I've lived a life. I've lived 3, 4, 5 lifetimes, brother. I don't even have to pull out my resume. I'm thorough. But we know that you live a life of regret, of coulda, woulda, shoulda. I'm still young enough where I can fight and stand on my feet.
Man, I don't wanna end up like that, man.
You don't. He got beat up. They beat him up. They beat him down. That's why he's negative. He's watching too much TV.
And I'm also almost the same age as him, a little bit younger, but I'm still fighting, man.
Yeah, this brother gave up.
You know what the Democrats did with you? They limit you. They said, right here, stop here, not further. With this president, this administration, I see a lot of possibilities.
Exactly.
Step
What
over that
possibilities
line.
y'all see out of this administration? I'm just curious.
Listen, one moment. To step over that line and do the real work, because those before us did the real work, and now it's our time to go much further than where they were stopped by all of these people. So I'm stepping over that line until I'm gone. I'm going to do my work that I have to do for the next generation, that they shouldn't be thinking like, hey, there's a line. I shouldn't cross that line. I can't cross that line because these people draw that line for me. To me, I don't see lines. I don't let no one limit me. No whitey, no Hindustani, no one is going to limit me. Like my people in Suriname, they suffer from a Stockholm syndrome, believing that they are Africans. I have nothing against Africans, but we ain't Africans. That's one of those lines where they try to stop us, where they try to limit us. I ain't down with that. And what I'm doing right now at the background is revolutionary. I'm doing my best, and the Most High is going to do the rest for me.
There you go. See, we haven't given them.
So I'm trying to free my people from this limit way of thinking, being scared to make moves. Some of my people are telling me that, yeah, but you don't have an army, you don't have nuclear power. You have to slow down, man. You have to slow down. I say to those people, you should slow down. I would like to see you slow down, but I'm moving forward. And at some point in life, you're going to have to listen what I'm saying. If you want to grow.
Sailor, man. I feel bad for Mike the Sailor, man. Listen, I don't know what type of life you lived. I don't know what you've seen or what you've gone through. But to have a mindset that I'm not going to get something, I don't know what that. I can't even. You know what? I can't even relate to you. I can't relate because all I do is win. I get everything.
He's living for nothing.
Right. You might as well just go take the dirt nap now. Why waste time? Just get the dirt nap over. Because I don't know what it's like not to win. Let me tell you what I'm doing for my people. Just so you can be clear, and I want everybody in the room to hear this, man. Click the link in my bio under Linktree and check out the white paper for the FBA coin. See, what I do is I take advantage of opportunities. We have the most crypto-friendly president on the planet Earth, right? So why aren't we with it? Why can't we use that to our advantage instead of do what Mike the Sailor is and just take a dirt nap?
Instead of have no ambition.
Yeah, I can't live like that, brother. I can't live like that, brother. But there's the FBA coin that's coming out March 8th, and that's going to be available for the family. And it's not a meme coin; it's a utility token. And this is going to be used, and it's going to force Black people to keep money in the community. So even if you hold the coin, it's going to be beneficial. Even when you sell the coin or spend the coin, it's going to be beneficial because all the money is going to be trapped and come right back to the Black community and be used to build schools, build hospitals, give out loans and grants. So you no longer have to beg YT people or go to YT banks to get loans. You can actually come to the FBA coin and get what you need. That's how phenomenal. Those are the type of things I'm on. See, I've been around millionaires, even billionaires, brother. I have a background in finance. Okay, I was a financial advisor for over 15 years in my 20s or well into my 30s.
Okay, there's a guy on YouTube right now that's very successful. Yeah, if you don't know who he is, his name is Patrick Bet-David. I knew Patrick Bet-David before he was Patrick Bet-David. Okay, I've been around movers and shakers in my lifetime. I'm a big dog, not a small anything. I'm a winner. If you're gonna bet on anything, you're gonna bet on me. And just because you got defeated, your demons are not my demons. And I tell this to anybody and everybody listening. Whatever demon you don't defeat, your children will have to defeat those demons. I'm so thankful that I had a giant of a dad that was willing to stand up and fight most of my demons for me. You understand? The demon that I had to beat up was nothing compared to what my dad had to beat up. But thank God he stood on business, so he didn't pass those generational curses down to me. Now I don't know what your family did. Maybe your family got some bigger demons than mine. I don't know. But I know this: you got to stand and fight, no matter what. Win, lose, or draw, you better fight. And you don't sound like a foundational Black American, brother, even if you might be, because foundational Black Americans, we don't give up. We stand on business. We don't go backwards. We either hold our ground or we go forward. We don't flee. We don't run. We fail. And if you don't know how to do that, that's on you, brother. That's on you. I'm used to winning. I'm used to getting what I want. I got confidence in myself. If anybody's gonna bet on me, I'm gonna bet on me first. You understand? So you can. It may sound funny to a lame and a loser and someone who's defeated, but when you win, when you come from a bloodline that wins,
You are. Hey, look,
I
man.
don't know what to tell you.
Too much. Could I ask you a question?
Go ahead, Annie.
You were talking about the XP, and I've been looking for someone who I can trust on this issue. Could you please guide me on how to buy XRP?
Buy XRP?
Yeah, you said.
I didn't say XRP, but you can go to Coinbase. You can go to Coinbase and get XRP from Coinbase. You can go to. There's so many.
Like the app?
Yeah, Coinbase. Just download the app Coinbase, get you a wallet, and buy as much XRP as you want.
So I can trust it. I don't know what to trust, and this is all new to me.
Listen, I don't want to sit here and give people advice.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But
Any trusted site you have.
Coinbase is a trusted site. eToro is another trusted site. What else? Crypto.com is another. Those are three platforms that you can use. That you can buy whatever cryptocurrency is available on all three of those platforms.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to ask you that.
No problem. But Mike, brother, I don't know what to tell you, brother. You know, get some more wins. Don't give up. Okay, listen, brother. I could tell you my story all day, man. I got pewed at 22. Haven't walked since. But I've done more things in a wheelchair than most men have done walking around. I've traveled the country. I've been to what? 12 countries in the last 5 years. How many countries have you been to? And you're a sailor. Okay. I've made serious income in my life. I don't know how much you're making, but I've made serious income in my life.
I've been completely around the world.
Okay, good. That's good.
Twice.
On the Army dime. I went on my dime though. You went on the Army dime. I went on my dime. I paid for it. I sacrificed for it. Okay. Nobody gave me nothing. Nobody gave me nothing.
No matter how you experience the world, you just experience the world. Simple as that.
Okay.
What difference does it make?
True enough, but it's a little bit different.
Like you always talk about, you just keep talking about the dirt nap thing. When you take the dirt nap, are you taking any of that with you? You always talk about the dirt nap.
He needs a shot of dope.
It's a little bit different when you do it on your own than you do it with a company or with the military. It's a little bit different when you got the money to do it on your own, brother. That's all I'm saying.
Can I jump in a second?
Are not the same, brother. I'm not defeated, and I'm telling you right now, you're 58 is still young.
Could I jump in a second? Too much? You know, you're honorable. You're a real man. And I appreciate that. And I want to let you know that.
Thank you.
You know, you're positive, inspirational. I've never asked anybody that of who to trust, and I trust you. Now, if I was to talk to Mike, well, one, he'd probably put me down, and he would call me all names, but I wouldn't trust
Why would
him
I call? Why would you say I would call you names?
because I'm white, and
What they
I'm a
got to do anything? I
woman.
was married to a white woman for 30 years. What they got to do anything?
Okay.
What difference does that make?
Then,
White has nothing to do with it.
sorry about that. All I have to say is I don't feel the trust for you as I do for him. He portrays himself as I can trust what he says. You don't. And he's
Okay.
trying to tell
If that's the way
you,
you feel, that's fine.
and that's okay. That's okay. I'm
I'm
just,
not asking you to trust me for anything.
no,
That's up to
I'm just
you.
throwing in a comment.
I wouldn't trust you either.
Right,
I wouldn't come
exactly.
to your house to eat dinner.
Exactly.
Man, shot a
That's
hole.
my point.
I mean,
That
I'm just
is my,
saying, you said it.
that is
You said
exactly
it.
my point. But it, Too Much, the host, I bet you anything, if I asked him to come over, would you? Well, you can't because probably don't even. But if somebody, I just see so much in you, so I can see your success.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. It truly does. Thank
I
you so
wish
much.
I was like that.
But
Honestly.
I'm a man. I'm a man of integrity first. I stand on business. You know, I actually have a name in the city where I'm from. People know me. Okay.
Okay.
I come from an honorable bloodline, and I, you know, I'm a man of principle if anything.
That's awesome.
And nobody has to believe in me. I believe in it. You know, one thing I figured out is competency breeds confidence. The more competent you are, the more confident you become. And when you got real skills, nobody can tell you nothing.
Okay.
And that's my resume. I got real skills. I got real ability.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how this conversation went the way it went. Me and you were actually talking about.
Well,
We were
Because
actually
you're
talking
so
about
negative.
reparations
because
and what
you
the
were
man
being
was saying
negative,
about
son. You
reparations.
told me what can't happen. You tried to tell somebody who.
No, I did not tell you what could not
Such
happen.
a
I did
pity
not say
party.
anything couldn't happen.
Oh,
I
it can't.
asked you how you felt. I asked you how you felt about that man's statement. That's all I asked you. And it went to all of this.
Well, brother,
That's right.
first of all, your statement was like
You're so
a negative statement.
hostile.
Okay,
What?
I don't know what
Sure
your
did.
issue is. Listen, let me tell you another, and I tell this all the time in my life. Let me tell you another. If anybody got reasons not to like Trump, it's me. I had $1 million deal on the table, and Trump wiped it off. I was building a 300 megawatt data center for some Chinese millionaires and billionaires, and they used me, but I didn't know that at that time. I was in Youngstown, Ohio, making a deal with Ohio Power. They were selling. This was back in 2019. They were selling coal power plants for the lowest of the low because they had to get rid of them. By 2030, they were moving everything to either nuclear or electric. They wanted to get rid of coal power plants and had the opportunity to buy not just one, but a few of them. Trump came in and deregulated the power, not only in Ohio, but all the way down into Texas. Messed up my deal. The phone line went completely cold. The deal I had on the table was the lowest you can get industrial power ever in your lifetime. I was negotiating a deal to get industrial power at 7 to 8 cents a kilowatt. The very next day after Trump deregulated the power, another LLC came up called Star Power, which is the same as Ohio Power. They just bought another LLC under a different name, had a silent auction, didn't tell nobody what they were doing, and rebought back the power plants that they had to sell. The phone line went cold. Nobody would pick up my call. I didn't understand why. I had them on the ropes, and then all of a sudden, everything changed in a matter of hours. My deal was done. I had to get up out of Ohio. It was snowing, cold, and take my butt back to California with no deal, no money, and I spent everything out of my pocket, only to find out the people I was working for wasn't even honorable anyway, and they gave my whole blueprint to another Chinese guy, because that's how the Chinese do it. They only do business with the Chinese. They'll make you a runner, but the moment they find somebody that can do what you do, they will replace you just like that. And this was a good dude that I know that I worked with, who was a peer of mine. And at least he sat me down and told me, he said, listen, I can't honor that deal that we made. If I honor that deal, I'm on the outs with my friend, and I can't be on the outs with them. He told me that. So if anybody got a reason not to like Trump, I probably got the biggest reason, because he actually messed up $1 million deal for me.
That's very interesting. That's a hell of a story. Hey, look, I respect that. I respect that. I respect the story. I really do.
But he did.
I was just asking you one question. I only asked you one question. Huh?
He did the right thing. He was supposed to deregulate the power.
Oh,
he just happened to mess up my deal. And now he's still doing the right thing. You don't have to like Trump, but Trump is being Trump, and it's what the country needs right now. We need a leader. Someone who doesn't pay it, who has his own instinct and doesn't trust your instinct. We need someone that says, no, I trust my instincts more than I trust yours. And acts on it. And that's what he does. And his instincts, right, wrong, or indifferent, if you're the president or if you're a man, period. Your job as a man, just being a man. There's no such thing as right or wrong decisions. There are only decisions that you make and decisions that you make right. That's how you know you're a man. When you call a shot, good, bad, or indifferent, and you make it right. And we got Trump. That's what he does. So even if he makes a mistake, he's going to make it right. And all men need to take a page of that. If you're a man, period, you should never look at your wife or your children and say, I have nothing to give you. You better come up with something. See how that works?
No, I mean, I'm not even gonna. I'm not. I want to. I don't. I'm not. I'm not going to respond to you about Trump, because, like I say, I know Trump. I know Trump way before you, and things that he's done in his past, and he's never been an honorable person.
80 years old, brother's 80 years old. Let me tell you something. Something happened around 40 years old.
You've never been an honorable person. How can you say that Trump makes decisions that are good decisions for basically
what decision has he made since he's been in office that was so egregious that we couldn't live with?
He thinks Biden is better.
If you think Biden and Kamala was better, you're mistaken. Let me tell you something. Kevin Samuels proved to men, black, white, yellow, that at any moment you can change your life and turn it on. You don't have to wait. You don't have to do it when you're young. You can still do it even when you're old. Kevin Samuels turned his life around in a matter of 1 year at the age of 52, 53? He's way past his life. I mean, he wasn't too old, but he wasn't young. Any moment you want to make a change in your life, no matter how old you are, all you got to do is say, you know what? I want to change my life and do better. And you can. You can start out. It's not about how you start out. It's how you finish. That brother changed the world in 2 years and then passed away. Tupac came in and lit up the hip hop scene. And in 1996, he passed away. He was murdered. Unalive. Sometimes you don't know you don't know how much time you got on this earth, but you got the time now until whenever to turn on and make a difference. Trump is chasing legacy right now. That's why I don't care what he did in his past. He could have been a dope dealer. Whatever he did in his past made him who he is today, and he's the right man for the job, whether you believe it or not. Because
I think so also, yeah.
Here's one thing I know.
Really, he is.
Here's one thing I know. You're gonna find out. You can't stop him from being president. He's already president. So you're gonna find
He's
out.
saving this country.
You're gonna find out. And I look at Donald Trump as a Nebuchadnezzar type. No matter what he does, it's going to be good for Black Americans. He's going to set the stage. He dismantled the CIA and the FBI. All those were enemies of Black Americans and the American people. He dismantled Deep State. I'm sorry, Deep State is real. Deep State's in Europe right now. They've been in everybody's government, and he dismantled Deep State in the United States. He dismantled it. So you can keep saying Trump is not a good man. I know Trump from back in the day. What you know from back in the day is not the Trump that you know today. People change, people grow, people learn. And when you're 80 years old, I don't think you're trying to destroy this country. I think you're trying to leave a legacy. He might be trying to right some wrongs or some sins. I don't care. But Trump is chasing legacy right now, brother. Legacy.
And if you watch Trump, his administration, it's only young people. Only young people. He's guiding them. And to you, Mike, what I would like to say to you, I can understand how you're thinking, but you have to get rid of that. You have to start moving. You have to start believing again in yourself.
Well,
believing that we can do, one moment. Believing that we can do something.
Why are you throwing? Why? Who is that?
We can. One moment, please, Mike. We can do something really for our people. Then sit back, depending on the Democrats that have done nothing the last 4 decades. They have done nothing for our people, your people, and I'm from Suriname. So believe in yourself. Don't think you're 58 years old, that it's done. No, you're still alive. 2023.
That's almost
listen,
what
Mike,
I'm talking
Mike,
about has nothing
Mike,
to
please
do with
listen.
Excuse me.
Mike, I'm going to listen to you, but please listen. 2023, I was almost gone. I got out of bed, and I'm still moving on. Still keeping up the fight. You know? So don't give up, man. Believe in yourself. It doesn't matter if you're in a mixed relationship, you know, but believe in yourself and do right for yourself and for your family. Because sitting back is doing nothing for them. Don't believe in yourself is doing nothing for them. And I think you're still alive. You're a brother. And we need people like you also. So believe in it. Forget about the Democrats because they haven't done nothing for us. For you.
Neither had a Republican. Neither had a Republican.
Forget about the Republicans. Let them do their work. Let them do their work. It's a new day.
Free the slaves.
It's a new day, Mike.
Will you please stand by for 5 seconds? Jesus Christ, who is that woman that keeps screaming some crazy stuff in the background?
Well, let us stop. It's a new day. It's 2025, and I can tell you this: the next 1,000 years belongs to us.
Well, I believe that.
What is good for us is good for everyone.
Okay, I'll roll with that. Let me ask you one question.
Yep.
When your president says you want to take the country back 200 years, what does that mean to you? Is that moving forward?
I don't care what he's going to do.
Is that moving forward? That was just a question I asked. Is that moving forward?
No, listen, I think outside of the box. I'm not in that box. I think outside of that box. And I'm using right now the opportunities that are out there. Too Much is coming up with a new coin that will create wealth, that will create money, to do stuff for the people itself. because you are only represented by the United States. All those other nations, all those other cultures are represented by those countries where they originated from. You're being backed up. You aren't being backed up. So you have to create something that backs you really up beside the government itself. Because if it is Democrats or Republicans, they will always do for themselves. They do a little bit for you, but mostly for themselves. So think outside of that box. Let them do their work. Don't interfere in their work. Try to create for your own nation, so you can be all right, and that you can tell them, hey, wait a minute, I don't like what you're doing. That they will consider you a serious asset in the nation itself. My English isn't that good, but I'm trying to be understandable.
No,
I'm
I
going to
understand what you're
listen to
saying.
what you have to say.
I look. I have no disagreement with what you're saying at all. Everything is like it sounds like really a plan. Honestly, I'm not arguing with that. I just asked a question. I keep asking questions. I keep getting all these long drawn out answers about positivity and doing other things outside of the box and all this kind of stuff, which is great. I understand what you're saying. I really I agree with you. I carry myself a different way. He says I'm not successful. He says I've given up. I don't know how. I achieved everything I ever wanted to achieve in my life inside that box, because I didn't stand on anybody else's plans but my own. I used what was given to me. Now, if you want to give it away, you don't need it anymore. That's all good, fine, and dandy. But we'll see how that works out when you attempt to do something and they stand in your way. They take you back to that time frame 200 years ago where you had no opportunity to do anything. And we'll see where it ends up. That's where it's headed. I'm not giving up. I'm just telling you about what they actually say and what they're trying to do.
So to answer your question, when Trump says he's trying to take us back 200 years, he's trying to take us back to when there was no taxes. Not when there was slavery. He's talking about
taxes for who?
He's talking about when we used tariffs to build our country instead of taxes to build our country.
Man, we paying for tariffs. You don't realize that?
Brother.
You don't realize that you're paying for tariffs?
Brother. We pay when we buy the product.
Right.
Okay.
That's the tariff.
You pay taxes when you buy the product, right? So
because you're gonna pay and because of the tariffs, they're gonna go up even more.
Okay, but if you're not paying income tax, what does it matter? What does it matter if you're not paying income tax? You still got money to pay it to get the product. And how much do you realistically believe the product's gonna soar up? It's not gonna be
okay.
Listen.
One example. I'm gonna give you one example. Just one example. I bought a motorcycle a few years ago, 2016. I bought a brand new bike, 2016. I ordered a tow hitch for it. The tow hitch came from China, I guess. 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗏. It cost $142 at that time.
Mm-hmm.
A young man called me the other day, asked me what was the name of the hitch that was on my bike. I sent him the thing. It's $443 today. $443 for the exact same hitch.
Is that because of tariffs?
Yes. It's written on the bottom of the page. It says, due to tariffs, we have to raise these prices.
Okay.
It's written on the bottom of the page when you buy it.
So right now we're still paying taxes, right? Right now we're still under high inflation, right? It takes time to get that down. Once the tariff money starts coming in, and once I would say realistically,
where does the money come from?
What do you mean where does the money come from?
When you say the tariff money that's going to come in, right? Where is that coming from?
It's coming from China. It's coming from whoever wants to do business inside America and benefit off the American economy. It's coming from those.
That's not true. That's not how that works.
Yes, it is. That's exactly how.
So you saying that China? You saying that if I ordered a container of tires,
China is paying China is paying whatever. I think 25% tariffs right now. They're paying
So
25%.
so you don't believe that they? So you're saying that? So you're saying that I'm going to order something from China, and China's going to pay me the tariff for ordering it from them.
No. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying China has to pay the tariff if they want to get that product inside of the United States.
Where
So that
does
means
the tariff money
so
come
listen.
from?
So that means that the person who's getting money from China, they're going to make them pay for that cost because they got to pay for it, right? So they get it in here,
That's not how that works.
and the cost of the good
That's
goes
not how that works.
up. Listen, brother, listen, because I'm telling you exactly how it works. So
No, you telling me some bullcrap. You telling me some bullshit. You telling me one of those. Excuse my language. Excuse my language. You telling me?
No,
Man, I've been in shipping all my life.
brother.
I've been in shipping all my life.
Brother.
I own 5 trucks. I've been in shipping all my life.
Listen. So who pays the tariff then?
You do.
Who is you?
The person that gets the product.
So if I'm getting the product from China, who's paying the tariff?
You are.
So China's not paying no tariff?
No.
That's a lie, brother.
China's gonna. China.
Let me jump in.
China is going to. China is going to. You look. Hold on. One
You know
second.
what? You know
Wait a
what?
minute, 1 second.
China is going to do what? What's China going to do?
You order something from China. The product.
The product.
The country puts say a $20 charge on the product for the tariffs. You turn around and you charge that to the person that's buying it from you.
Of course, I was just explaining that. Hey, that's
So
exactly
you're still paying. So you're still paying the tariff.
So how do you alleviate? How do you alleviate from paying that high tariff?
How do what? Say it again.
How do you alleviate? How do you stop yourself from having to pay that extra money for tariff for the product?
As the customer, as a customer, I just don't buy it.
Exactly.
So
I
what?
don't buy it.
So what should you buy then if you don't want to pay that extra money?
You shouldn't. This shouldn't be a tariff. You're raising the tariff.
You should buy American-made
products. You see how that
where
works?
are you going to get? So where are you going? So where are you going to replace all of these things that now in this? Like when I was a kid, like you were talking about you being a kid. When I was a kid, there was a lot of things that all these things that you needed. You could buy. You could buy a Westinghouse TV or refrigerator.
Here's what's going to happen, brother. Once these companies come back into America, right?
How long do you think that's going to take?
It's going however long it takes. Once these companies come back into America,
so while you're waiting for the companies to come back, you're going to starve, right?
Apple already committed, I think, like I want to say $500 million.
How long do you think that's going to take effect?
However long it takes, brother.
So the people should so basically it's almost like I said.
If they want to get this country back, that's what's going to happen, brother. If they want to get this country back on track the way it should be, that's what's going to happen. You can't cry and whine all the time. Sometimes you got to take those growing pains.
I'm not crying and whining. I just asked you a question. You keep talking about crying and whining and dirt naps and all that. I just asked you a simple question.
Like
you're telling me
like you're crying and whining about it. Be honest.
Too much. Can I say
I'm
something?
gonna wait. Oh Lord, go ahead.
Can I? Okay. Look, I have studied fashion and design. To make garments, to make clothing here in Nederland, to have clothing, it's mostly being produced in other countries like Turkey or
Korea,
China, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, what is happening with this industry, because we don't have production anymore for a long time in Nederland itself, because the costs are too high to produce something payable, you know what I mean?
100%.
Okay, at this moment, what I saw 2 weeks ago, I had to be at a company to go do some experience, and it's in Dutch we call it the atelier. Atelier means the production place for making clothing or painting or whatever. Okay, in this case, it's a atelier for clothing, and what I saw over there is that the government is financing the production to be done in Nederland itself. Europe is right now funding the production of clothing in Europe. So they don't want to have clothing coming anymore from out of Asia or from out of Turkey. They want the production over here. So they try to bring uh, the work back into Europe.
Can you
The
guys hear
world
me?
is the world is changing. What's that? I hear myself two times.
Can y'all hear me or no?
Yeah,
Yes, but it's echoing.
I can
Okay.
hear you. Yeah, I'm going to finish very fast. Could you please mute your mic? Um, yeah, so they want to have the production in Europe, and that's what they are trying to do also in the United States by raising the uh, how do you call it? The tax, not the to get goods. The Chinese have to pay more to get goods into the United States. The tariffs, yeah, the tariffs are being raised to motivate the customer not to buy products from out of China or whatever, but to try to look for American made products so that first the money stays in the United States, second, jobs are being created in the United States. And that's all. It's a very simple thing. You know, you can still buy the Chinese goods, but you're going to pay a lot. And at sometimes you will say, hey, wait a minute, let me look at the cheaper ones, but also good quality ones made in the United States. That's what they are going to do, or what they are doing. It takes time, and you have to get used to it, but it will work. Too much.
I'm not
Your
arguing.
mic is
Can't
out.
hear you.
Your
Too
mic,
much.
we can't hear you.
Too much. We can't hear you. I just want to say, Mike, too. The product that you were talking about is pretty limited, and so you'd probably have to pay more because there's more demand.
Can you hear me now?
Less demand for it, so you're going to be paying more.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, but I think your mic creates a double sound.
My mic is creating a double. There's an echo.
Yeah.
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 Okay, let me do this then. Hold on.
One thing I don't like about the tariffs is that I like
It's
shopping
okay.
on Temu, and that's from China. And I think,
What about now? Can you guys hear me good now?
yep, that's good.
This is good.
And that's from China, and I'm afraid the Temu prices are going to go up. But you know what? It is what it is. I should be buying it from America.
Well, here's how it works, right? If American factories come home, first of all, Trump is giving them a hell of a lot of incentives for businesses now. So if you're a business owner, this is the time to become a business owner because you're getting all kind of tax breaks. Okay, that extra money is supposed to go into the employee, not into the business owner's pockets. Meaning, the minimum wage is actually going to increase. Imagine being back in the 1950s.
They already can't. No.
Hold on, let me finish. Imagine being back in the 1950s in a time where you could work a regular job, and that job is enough to take care of your family. You can't afford the goods. You can't afford the home.
Okay.
You can't afford the kids. That's the time he's trying to bring us back into. But your wage needs to increase in order to do that. And the only incentive that's going to give the companies an idea to increase the wages is if they get a bigger tax cut, a bigger tax break. So when your minimum wage increases to a realistic living wage, you're going to be able to afford the product that you want. Now, what happens in other countries, right? They don't really buy American goods. You know why? Because American goods are too expensive. They buy whatever goods are from their country. We should be doing the same thing here. We should be buying American made, American this, American that in this country. And guess what? Manufacturing and delivery should be much quicker because now we don't have to wait on to get it from China. The factories are right here instead of being overseas. And the workers are American, and the Americans are getting that minimum or that living wage that is actually sustainable for our economy.
Okay, well, you know the reason why is the minimum wage so low in this country?
Why is the minimum wage so low in this country?
Yeah.
I think it's a
Didn't you hear the Republican? Didn't you hear the Republic? Didn't you hear the Oh, geez. Didn't you hear the Republicans the other day when they did they had the speech where they asked, is the wage in this country too low? And they said no. They believe that the wage is fine. $7 some dollars an hour minimum wage in this country.
I don't think
it's fine.
$7 an hour, man. I'm in California.
We're gonna go back.
It depends upon what state you're in.
Yeah, it depends on what state you're in, and I don't even think. And if it's still $7, guess what? When these tariffs come in, guess what? They're gonna get a raise. They're gonna get at least a $2 raise, at least that.
The Republicans, the Republicans today now say it is high enough. It doesn't.
The state of Georgia doesn't even have a minimum wage.
Well, they're delusional then. They're delusional. If they believe that it's
that's
high,
what they said though.
Okay,
I'm telling you what they said.
Maybe they did say it, but if they did say it, it's probably they're delusional because they can't even say that. The cost of milk, the cost of eggs is way.
The state of Maryland is $17 an hour.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down. Everybody have a nice day.
Okay, can you
raised under who?
Yeah, we get that, brother.
And the state of Maryland was raised under who?
Yeah, man. So listen, I lived
in Maryland for 13 years.
Listen, inflation, high inflation, the cost of goods are high. Eventually, that stuff is coming down. It takes time, but it's coming down, and it's going to match the wage that it's supposed to be.
Since we're all older here, do you guys remember when it was, which president it was that we started losing the manufacturing in the United States? Was it not Reagan, right? Or was it Reagan or Clinton?
Yeah. No,
and that was a huge mistake.
You realize that we never had, and we also never had a problem at the border until Reagan.
Probably.
I mean, that's a fact. That's not a problem.
I'd like to say one thing about Trump. You know, I never, ever expected him to actually go in and find out where our money is going. You guys know we have been complaining about the overspending and the waste for 20, 30 years. I never expected this. And
I don't think anybody ever thought we would actually find out where the money was going.
But at least,
I don't believe it.
At least they're doing an effort. I was just watching a congressional hearing, and they were talking about how much of the money was actually going to T groups. You know, for the last 4 years, it's appalling. All of the spending that they're finding.
Which T groups?
Huh?
Which T groups are you talking about?
Oh, they listed off a whole bunch of them. It was part of the congressional hearing where they were talking about USAID.
Yeah, everybody knew USAID was a scam to a certain extent, but no one knew it was at the level that they revealed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was USAID.
I don't know why I shouldn't believe it.
I'm asking. I was going to add. That was a different question.
I think everybody's smart enough in this room to believe all the conspiracies. You just got to be intelligent to believe them.
What are you talking about?
We know that the actual word conspiracy was actually an agenda by the 3-letter alphabet.
No.
Yeah.
Just tap all the way in, brother.
You kind of know you're hidden in the right area when they start saying, "Oh, that's a conspiracy theory."
Yeah.
Because all the conspiracy have kind of been debunked and proven now that they're actually legitimate.
How can you believe anything when they removed all of the fact checkers, and they got Elon Musk in the background changing
So you do your
whatever.
groundwork. You get on the ground yourself.
Yeah.
You go to the states yourself. You speak to the people yourself. You go door to door. You put in the work. You put the work in yourself, and you be quiet about it. Don't be loud. Be quiet, because they will get you.
What's wrong with putting in the work?
Nothing. Just do it.
Yeah,
so you
there's
get
nothing
informed.
wrong with that. There's nothing. See, my thing is this: everybody's always complaining, but what are you going to do about it?
There's not much you can do.
If you think Trump is going to become a dictator, what are you going to do about it?
No, not much you can do. Just inform yourself.
Yep.
Be ready for
Protect
whatever
your
happens.
family.
It's not even that there's much.
Be ready for whatever happens.
You can do something. You can either be proactive or not.
I mean, it's not.
It
really
depends
much
on where you are. I agree with the brother that said you got to be quiet. You got whatever moves you make, you got to be real quiet. You got to pay very close attention to what's being said, what's being done, and
you should be doing that
just
anyway.
be quiet, but be ready. Be quiet, but be ready.
Yeah.
Always.
Listen,
Always.
You should.
You asked me what you asked me what to do, huh? Say again. I'm sorry. I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying you should be doing that anyway.
Always, no doubt. Always. Yeah, always. That without a doubt. I'm just saying. Like I'm with the brother. He left, I guess. I don't know if he left or not.
I don't know. I didn't drop him. He just left him alone.
Oh, okay. I don't know. He might have left. But no, always. You always be prepared. Always. I'm prepared right here, right now. I'm sitting right here, prepared on both sides. I got both my dogs on me.
Okay.
But it depends on what mindset you're in, though.
I'm a firm believer. If you stay ready, you don't gotta
The only mindset to be in is self-preservation. That's the only mindset.
I look at it this way, with all this feminist thing,
what that got to do with anything?
Well, because I'm a woman, and I have been chewed out by other women because I voted for Trump. And I try to tell them that, yes, I'm a woman, and I understand you're a woman, but that's not important to me. What's important to me is trying to advance my life and try to better myself and my community around me. Me trying to go out and protest for ABs or healthcare or whatever, that is not important to me. My important is I want to help my community. I want to better myself. So when I'm talking to people, like what Too Much was saying before, a feminist wouldn't sit there and listen to him. Because one, he's a man, and two, they would just listen to women. I don't do that. Because I want to try to better myself. I listen to both. I listen to everybody as much as I can. And they don't understand that mindset. They think that women have been pushed down and kept down, and they're still kept down, and we have to fight and fight and fight to get our rights. And now we're losing our rights. No, we're not.
I don't know what these women are fighting for, because I don't know any woman that's not empowered today.
Look at all of them.
I don't know any woman. I mean, the best thing Trump did for women was keep men out of women's sports.
Oh, yes.
What does that have to do with anything?
The thing is that...
How does that change your life? How does that change your life?
Let me tell you something. Ask a woman who's getting beat up by a man in a boxing ring right now.
Yeah.
If she want to get beat up, that's on her.
Ask a woman who's in a swimming competition right now, and there's a man pretending to be a woman breaking all the records because they can't compete with men.
I definitely agree with that. I do not agree with.
Brother, if you were a Democrat, you was going to see more empowerment to that community, and you were going to see more women abused under the Democrat party than you would ever see under the Republican Party. And again, I'm not a party person. I'm a policy person. What policies do you got that I can align with? And there was no policy the Democrats were throwing down that I can align with. The Black and Brown Coalition, that's a red flag. That's not even real.
And I was on a dating site during this time with Biden. I just want to say this real quick, and then I'll shut up. I just wanted to say this guy that was dressed up as a woman came up and started talking to me. I was talking with him or her, and I told her that, I like straight men, and he said, but I'm straight. And then he started chewing me out because I didn't want to go. He felt so like I should go out with him. He was He was demanding. He had a masculine energy in a female body. And honestly, it scared me because there's no reason why. So you know what I did to match that? I said, I'm a Republican, and why is this and this and this? And I just went off. I made him stop talking to me. I had to act crazy so he would stop talking to me. I've never had that in my life.
Ma'am, I don't mean no harm, or maybe I shouldn't call you ma'am. I don't know how old you are, but
That's
I
fine.
think that whoever that was probably he was probably pulling your chain. I believe that.
Well, no, he
That's
had
almost like
pictures.
that's almost like somebody sitting back drinking beer at night, half
Could have
drunk, and
been.
just
Could
joking
have
with you,
been. But
making
the
you trying to
mere
make you mad.
fact, yes, it could have been. But the mere fact that it even happened, what created that in that man's mind? Say he was pulling my leg, right?
Because
What
you're on the internet.
created that?
Because you're on the internet. I mean,
Yeah,
a
but
lot of people do. A lot of people do stuff on the internet just for entertainment,
okay, so
just to be sitting home. Even though it sounds really crazy, like it's crazy to do that, but it's just he was just trying to have some. It sounds like to me, he was just having fun playing with you.
so I overreacted.
I don't know if you overreacted. I mean, I would have just hung up. I would have just got offline with him. Like, okay,
I
man,
did.
I'm not even about
You
this.
did what you did, but here's what I'm going to say. Listen, I'm not a Trump apologist, man, but I am a policy person. Okay.
No, I respect you, man. I really respect you. I just happened to pop in late at night, just sitting down here watching TV, and I had to. When I came in, your live was on. I think I've seen you on here before, and I respect what you're saying. Either way, if you're a Trump supporter, you're a Trump supporter. I have no problem with that. My issue is just that I listen to what they say and I watch what they do. I spend a lot of time paying attention to them.
And that's the same thing I do. Like I said, I'm not a Trump apologist, man, but I recognize the time that we're in, and what Trump did with Zelensky was masterful. Okay, was amazing. You would never see any president do that, any sitting president other than Trump do that, and allow that to go on. And the very fact that Zelensky tried him in front of the media and Trump had to snap at him and then dead the deal and say, you come back when you're ready for peace, you either do the deal or we're not backing you up. That was strong leadership and strong presidency right there. That was precedent right there. No other
Well,
president.
I hear what you're saying. I didn't.
Done it. Nobody else could have done it, but it takes someone who doesn't care what other people think, and that's the type of president we need right now. Someone that doesn't care what you think, but does what he feels or he thinks is best.
As long as he's constitutional, he's good. Whenever he steps across that line, he's not constitutional.
That was
He's not.
unconstitutional. What did he do?
We
that was
live
unconstitutional?
this country.
What
A
have
whole
he
lot
done?
of things. There's gonna be about a bunch of stuff coming up, but because he holds the full force of the government on his side, he's managing it. But if they let these things go, and he breaks the Constitution, then this country is basically gonna be.
What has he done
It's just.
that was unconstitutional?
Man, I'm not even gonna go. I can't even go into all the stuff he's been doing. Everything he's been doing.
Give me just one thing he done that was unconstitutional.
He fires everybody. He fired the he got rid of the people in the nuclear department. He can't get rid of everybody.
Listen,
Those
he didn't
people have.
get rid of everybody. He didn't get rid
broke
of
union.
everybody.
He's broken union agreements.
If they're
he stepped across.
that's
He
not
stepped across.
unconstitutional.
If
If they're not doing their job, he can fire you, brother. They work
You
for
can't
the
prove that.
people. They work for
Just
the
because you tell me they're not doing it. Just because you tell me they're not doing it. Just because you say you have a bigger microphone than I do. So you say these people aren't doing.
Hold on. If you don't believe the person in the highest land, the president, Who can you believe in? Can you just doubt everything? Is that the way to do it? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Must
certain presidents.
everything line. Okay.
Certain
So
presidents.
he doesn't seem trustworthy.
Well, just for instance, you said unconstitutional. Just for instance, how did Elon get to where he is with no security checks?
He has security
Who said
through
he hasn't got
How is he
security checks?
controlling the government?
NASA.
Telling
Through NASA.
How do you say he hasn't got security checks, man? This brother flies
Through
rockets to the
NASA.
freaking moon.
Yes, he works with SpaceX. Works with NASA.
He was not
For a long time.
elected by anybody.
He doesn't need to be. He's an
He
advisor.
wasn't elected by anybody.
He's an advisor.
He's going through.
Hold on. Listen.
I don't care. Even as an advisor, he has certain parts of our government. He has to have background checks.
He has.
Mike, I can't fact check myself, Mike. It takes a third party to do that. The government can't fact check the government. The government can't be Doge for the government. It needs a third party to do that. He's a third party that's not connected to the government. And he supposedly, man, he's the richest man in the world. Why wouldn't you want the richest?
That's how he get there. How did he get there? How did he get there?
You tell me how he got there. How did he get there?
Doing what he's doing right now.
Oh,
He's not a genius by any means. He's an investor.
breaking the law.
How are you doing? How are you fact checking? How are you fact checking the government and the people that you have working for you are not by any means fact checking?
What about when Bill Gates was involved in the government? All those, I can't say it on here, but you know what I'm talking about. All those things that Bill Gates was doing, working for the government. What about that? No one talks about that. Everyone talks about Elon.
He's still working for the government. Bill Gates says that 15% of the world population needs to be unalived.
So why aren't you worried about him? Why are you worried about Elon's not saying that?
Because he's not tiptoeing through my tax papers.
What are you worried about? Do you think Elon wants to steal your money or something? What are you worried about?
I believe Elon wants to know everything he can about people.
Okay. And what's he gonna do with that information? Put it in
so he can program his drones.
Okay. Okay, maybe.
All these robots that you see walking around, he's planning to what did he say? 80% of the population.
So you don't think
80% of the population
has access to that information already?
Probably does.
You have to go through Social Security to get it.
It's like this. I think it's like this. I think it's almost like you start a ring of car thieves, right? You start a ring of car thieves, and you're going around and you're stealing people's cars, and you're making good money. You're making big money doing it. But then you convince the people that you've been stealing the cars from to give you the daggone keys. That's what I believe. Now they got the keys to the place. They don't have to worry about stealing it no more. They just walk in and take it. That's what I believe.
Okay. Well, brother, you can be wrong or you can be right. You can only be two.
I'm just saying. You asked me what I believe, so I'm telling you what I believe, right? You did ask me what I believe, what I thought, right?
I got you. And
just like this thing with the meta thing, right? The meta thing where we actually programming our own lives in these machines.
In the VR,
they don't have that. Excuse me, man. What you say?
In the VRs, because I have one.
Well, I don't have one.
I have one.
I tried to be as far away from all of that as possible.
I'll tell you this about the VR. I've had it for 2 years, almost 3 years, and it's impressive in the beginning, but no, they're not even close to. It's still cartoon games and rooms, and unless you've actually used one, you won't really understand. But it's not advanced. No.
Well, it's not advanced at this point in time, but it's
They've been talking about this for 5 years.
That's 5 years. That's nothing in computer ages. Anything that they tell you, anything that you see,
put it this way.
anything that you see now out today.
Put it this way.
We are 20 years behind.
No,
I don't know if you guys remember. I know both of y'all are younger. I don't know if either one of y'all remember like the old TV shows, Kojak, and
yeah,
you remember those shows? They had back at that time. They had cell phones in their cars.
yeah.
The rotary one. So when it comes to that kind of stuff, anything that's been released to the public.
I agree. I agree with you on that, brother. That we are at least 20 years behind. In time. Man, let me tell you. I saw a plane today suspended in midair.
Yeah, well, they had those. They had those when I was in the military, back in 1985.
Listen, I'm telling you, I seen a plane that was taking off,
Uh-huh.
and then it stopped at this angle at a.
What?
They had a Harrier jet.
And it was I'm talking about a regular passenger plane that was suspended in air. Me and my wife saw that, and we was like, "That's odd. The plane's not even going up, but it's in the position like it's going up, and it's just stood there."
Oh wait! You saw that? You saw that live? You saw it with your own 2 eyes? I saw the picture. I've seen that on the internet.
No, I seen it live. I saw it. I mean, like I got an airport right by my house, brother. I believe it live. And I believe it. They had a, you know, and you know what? 5-10 years ago, I probably would have tripped out like, "What the heck is going on, man?" This stuff, I'm so numb to this stuff. Like, oh, that's just another Tuesday.
I believe you. I believe you. I'm not arguing with that point. When I served on the John F. Kennedy.
Heard about drones coming up out the water. I already know what time it is, man. That's us.
Yeah.
You know, see, I can see the military having that advance, but you know, with the Oculus, the VR, when Metaverse had first started up, they came out and they said, we're going to have all of this, and in a year and a half, we're going to have the bottom part, you know, because in the VR, there's avatars. You get an avatar, and in Meta Horizon, they didn't even have legs on them. You know, it was just a top hat.
What's that movie with Bruce Willis?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Not even close.
No, but I'm telling you, listen, that's coming.
Well, I hope so.
Movies, you ever seen that movie Fahrenheit 451? A lot of this stuff, is agenda. Propaganda and agenda. They're just preparing us for what's coming. Listen, we're about to be the Jetsons by next year.
Next year?
Yeah, every home's about to have a robot in this mug.
Oh, that would be awesome for me.
It's about to be easy and affordable. You're about to have, but I'm talking about the robot that actually does the cooking, does the cleaning, does the folding, all the above.
I don't ever foresee doing that. But I agree with you that it's coming. It's coming very soon. I do agree with that.
It's coming real soon. Listen, they're talking about. Do y'all know the difference between AGI and superintelligence?
No.
AGI is already here. It's like having a supercomputer. When AGI is already at college, you know, AI is already at college level right now, reasoning. College level. And
again, that's what all of these things are for.
It'll be at master degree before the year's out. They're saying we can listen, when super intelligence comes, it's game over. Whoever gets the super intelligence first, everybody at some point everybody's a slave and everybody's obsolete.
We're not exactly. They're setting up for us.
But here's what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's probably already here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's probably why our government is moving in a different way that it's moving. See, here's the best thing you can do. If you're in a third world country, you need to figure out AI very quickly and get AI to run your government and fix most of your problems. Because that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a time where AI is going to come in and fix all. I'm talking about world hunger.
Then that means they're gonna. I look. I agree with what you're saying, but that means
universal income is on its.
Yeah.
Now, you're not going to be however long it lasts, and however long we have this utopia. I don't know. It might last 10 years. It might last 2 years. But at some point, listen, a lot of these billionaires, you know what they're doing? They're buying drones and robots for protection.
Yeah, that's true. I won't argue with that one either. But I would ask you this: what are they going to need? The only question I have with that in the long run is like, if so, everybody has a robot. All the companies going to have robots. What are they going to need?
After
What are they going to need people?
we got to get off this conversation because I don't want them to.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I'll get you in no trouble. Cool.
At some point, I came to my senses right now. At some point, I'm about to get. They haven't hit me yet.
Banana.
Yeah,
you banana for
it? Man, listen, I just got off of banana. Okay, they banana me all the time, brother.
Cool. I'm sorry, man. I didn't
that real game.
I was sitting there. It's been such a good conversation.
Yeah,
I've had such a good conversation with you. We forgot all about that. I wasn't even thinking about it.
Did I ask you one
I just
thing?
followed you too. I just followed you, man, for real. I really had a really good conversation with you tonight, for real. I'm surprised. I was thinking it was gonna go the other way, but no.
Brother, cool. Brother, I'm a real one, man. Listen, man. You know, people come in here and they have the exact aha moment that you had, that this young lady had. Man, listen. All I do is give high level game over here.
That's cool. Look, that's cool. And everything, I don't agree with everything you said. I don't agree with everything you say all the time, but that's the way it's supposed to be. That's what a conversation is about. You know what I mean? We have our reasons for disagreement with whatever, and we try to make each other understand. Well, not make each other understand, but at least let somebody see why they see the way things the way they do.
You know, I call it building, man. We got to build, man. We got to build.
Right.
You know, and it takes a conversation to do it. It takes dialogue. I let people.
Did you say you got shot? Like you got shot and
yeah, I got people.
You're paralyzed.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry that happened to you, but like I said, that's life, right?
My wife is sleeping right here in the bed right now. I'm about to get some sleep in a minute. But you know, I'm one of those guys, brother. I still believe I'm going to walk. I'm still healthy. I keep myself in pretty decent shape.
With all the robotics going on, you might be able to walk in a couple of years.
Well, here's the thing. I already know stem cell works.
Right. I agree. And that's why a lot of our top athletes, right, leave this country. They leave this country and don't have that kind of. Yep.
You should really. You have 54 people in here, and you should have more likes.
You know what? I don't. You know, I should have been like, you know, I'm one of those people. If I don't have my mods in here, I'll get wrapped up in the conversation because I'm not really here for the likes and the gifts. I'm here for the conversation and the connections with people, and I really want to do something positive for my community and my lineage, man. I'm 100% sold out for that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
If I'm chasing anything, I'm chasing legacy. You know.
Right.
You know, I'm 44, and you know one thing one thing I learned and understood from being in business is every person needs a predecessor.
Right. Okay.
And that's how you build. That's how you have your will done on earth forever. You need a living trust, and you need to have a predecessor.
I'll talk to you about that some other time. I'm gonna catch you on here again and talk to you about something like that. But you know, like I said, my generation. I'm a little older than you, so my generation, prior to me, they were never told about these things. You see what I'm saying?
The rich always knew these things and had these things. It's just it wasn't being taught to regular everyday people. And it's kind of like being an elevator repairman. Where do you go to school to be an elevator repairman? There is no school. You have to be in something called an apprenticeship to know what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So these are things that I happen to be privy of because I've been in the financial industry for over 15 years. I'm not in the financial industry now, but I was in it for 15 years. And man, you can never take that information away from me. You can never take it away from me. It was something that I learned, and had I not been in the place that I was at that time, had I not got pew-pewed, I probably never would have known about it because I was going in a totally different direction.
Right. And when things happen to you, it makes you say, slow down, and start paying attention to things.
I grew
And
up,
really,
man. Listen,
and really
I
start
went from
growing.
being a kid at 22 years old to turn into a responsible adult just like that.
Like that.
I realized who my friends were. I got rid of all the negative people in my life. I shut myself off from the world, opened myself up to the Most High, and focused without no distraction. That's the biggest thing that young men don't have a chance of doing because they're so distracted by so many things pulling them in different directions. If you can just focus on one thing, not 10 things, one thing, your life will change.
You're right.
Drastically.
You're right.
One thing.
There's one part, but there's one section of there's one thing that I'm really messed up with in this country now today. That there's a section of this country, a generation of this country, I'll say, that started out with the Commodore 64. You remember that computer? It was the very first computer, right? Well, that generation actually got skipped from, like, they didn't get the build up that your generation got, because kids back in your time came up with working with computers and different things, and they left that whole generation like behind, right?
Well, I grew up when we were playing the Oregon Trail. That's how far back where you had to have those choose your own adventure books, but it was in the computer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We went from
I know what you're talking about.
We went from Atari all the way to Xbox.
Yep.
Right. Or whatever it is right now. You know what I'm saying?
And I started out with Palm.
I grew up to where we could still drink out the hose. You had the hose water, and that was like the coldest water in the world.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I still got that. I still have that today. Right now at my house today, my well is right out there. I own a little small
well, so that's even beautiful. But you can't trust the water today. You need a well.
Well, yeah, absolutely. The water is totally different. But I still have my own filter system here. Even the water out of the well. But I have a little small 5 acre. I live in Southern Virginia. I moved back home a few years ago.
My family's from Jenkins, Jones, West Virginia.
Okay, I know. Yeah, okay. I'm familiar with the area. I used to run through there. Like I said, I owned a few trucks a few years ago, and I used to run back and forth through there. But anyhow, man, look, I had a good time talking to you. I really appreciated the conversation. I will be looking for you again because you do have a very intelligent way of speaking. We may not agree on everything, especially when it comes to our president, but it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. He is the president.
He's still our president, and we gonna live through it together.
Absolutely.
About that.
Absolutely. And if it ever go down, I hope I'll be standing right next to you. I won't be on the other side looking at you. I won't be standing right next to you. Feel me?
Appreciate it, brother. Likewise.
And that Miss Annie, is her name Annie?
Annie.
Yes.
Hey, okay. I enjoy talking to you too. I mean, we might not agree on everything, and I might not want to come to your house to eat spaghetti, but you're okay. I'm not. I'm in no way a vicious or evil person. I just like.
Yeah. I followed you.
Say again.
I just followed you.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna follow you too. I followed the host. But like I say, I'll catch you on here the next time, man. I know it's 3:00 in the morning. I'm sitting out here watching TV and just listening to what people think.
Yeah, I'm on the West Coast. It's 12 o'clock. I'm about to get some sleep.
I'm gonna follow you. Catch you. So is too much what you go by on your webpage?
Yeah, Too Much Moxie, but Too Much is what I go by on here. And I come on like around 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so it'll be midnight your time when I come on.
Okay, man. All right. I've been out that way too. Have a good one. All right, y'all have a good night.
Good night.
I'm about to shut down myself, man. Annie, you have a good night as well too. Okay, you take care.
Okay, I just have to say, Too Much. You remind me of my brother. I just got to say that. Anyway, you have a good night. Thank you.
Have a good night. Take care.
Bye-bye. You have a good night.
I'm trying to
Thank you.
Good night. Take care.
Goodbye.
You have a good night.
You too.